just ringing out to Helen's.
You ever thought you might have given you the wrong number?
Is there no answer, fellas?
Well, if there is, it isn't switched on. You know, I can't believe I've made the decision to tell her everything and she's disappeared.
Oh, Jimmy, she's probably only gone out. Hope you haven't had your tablet this morning.
Hey?
You got your appointment at the hospital today, and you mustn't have your tablet before your blood test.
Okay, okay.
What, have you taken it or not?
No, I remembered, all right.
Good. We might as well take your old lithium book with us as well.
Maybe I could ring it at work, yeah?
There'll be anyone at the bingo at this time of day, will there?
Oh, no, you're right, yeah.
Look, you can ring her later when we get back.
I'll ring it from the Aussie.
Hey, this is the colour that I thought would go. Oh, hey, Dad.
All right, love. It's like a cattle market in ours. Don't know who's the worst for hogging the lav, Ray or Ray.
Do you want to make some sweets?
Or some tea and toast.
OK, give us a minute. Excuse kids.
You know, 8 o'clock he was round here this morning. How long's it going to go on?
Oh, come on, you know he's down at the moment.
He was round here 3 times yesterday for no reason at all.
So?
Well, what about our privacy?
I've got a good mind to ignore the tenders for this new extension as well. Look, what I was saying the other day about moving house to somewhere bigger, preferably miles away from here.
Oh, don't start all that again.
This time of the year is perfect for buying and selling houses.
Yeah, well, I don't need the hassle.
Well, then leave it to me. It won't cause you any problems at all.
Max, he's only been out of prison a month. He's not himself. How can I leave him now, eh?
Ta, love.
Bye, love.
Who's that car outside? Have you seen it before?
Dunno. Someone at Jimmy's by the looks of it. Our Aunt's going round to Carl's before school, having a go of his new computer game.
Yeah.
He seems really pleased since he palled up with Carl. Do you think I should ask him round for tea?
Hey, we don't want to spoil a beautiful friendship.
It's good not having to worry about him these days. We swap places with Imelda's mother.
Where's Mike?
I'm off now. Get him down to breakfast. Don't want any thanks.
What are you doing? Saving your cornflakes up for Gareth?
Stop going on about him.
I was just wondering if there's going to be any grub left for me when I've done my overtime tonight.
You can stop all that now. Gareth's history.
Oh, well, it's good not to get involved too. It won't last.
What?
He's too good looking. They'll be queuing up.
Well, let's just enjoy it while...
You don't think?
Oh, God, I hope not. Oh! What are you doing? I'm sorry, Maxie. I was trying to find a DVD. Oh, hang on. Hello? Yeah, hang on a sec. Darling, it's for you. Ron, I want them put back in all the right boxes.
Hello?
Please. What do you want to
Oh,
watch?
you are
The Matrix.
joking.
It's the Matrix.
Well, ring them and tell them the contract's off. We'll
You watched
find
that
someone
yesterday,
else.
didn't you? Yeah, well, I
No,
wanna watch it again.
hang on, tell them. If we don't get the laundry back today, the
No, you
contract
see
is
that?
off.
This is in the wrong case.
Well, if they
Look,
won't talk to you, I'll discuss it with them when I get in. All right, I'll see you in a
Put
bit.
it back in the right box.
Oh, that is all I need. I'm forced into changing laundry contracts because Sol Bennett gets his leg over. Now I'm stuck with a bunch of cowboys.
Well, you should have stayed with the same company. Here, I found it.
Oh, cheers.
Please make sure you put them back in the right boxes when you're finished, all right?
Yeah, don't worry, Maxie, I will. There you go, mate. Hey, love it. Do you mind if I nip to the lab on you? Kind of missed me turn this morning.
Go on.
Cheers. Oh, and don't worry. I'll only use 2 pieces of paper.
Well, I tell you what, I don't think I can take much more of this.
Yeah, well, we've got no choice.
Can't we even discuss moving?
No. Max, I'm going to the office.
Look, it's common sense. Look, I know how you feel about your father, but the sooner we move from this place, the better, before the neighbourhood goes down completely.
You should have said it was the right time of the month. Can't we do it now?
I've got to open up, and I've got a 9:05 appointment. Can't you make it tonight?
I've got to do overtime. I'll be fit for nothing by the time I get in.
Well, how about dinner time?
Now I've got to go to a staff meeting. Tea time's out with the kids being around.
Well, what about later on this morning?
I'll give you a call at the salon, eh?
Dead romantic, isn't it? Oh. How's your back?
Still a bit stiff.
Do you reckon it'll be all right by tonight?
I hope so. 250 quid for all that graft. Must be easier ways to make a living.
Hey, we're doing all right.
You thought any more about that job at the salon, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna knock it back.
Why?
Well, it's only an extra 10 a week.
Yeah, but that's an extra 40 quid a month.
Yeah, and that'll all get swallowed up in bus fares. Plus, it's not worth it. Anyway, you can earn well more with this thing.
And what, cripple myself in the meantime with rubble mountains and uneatable pigs? I should be doing a proper job.
This is a proper job.
Mike, can you do us a big favour, could you?
Go on.
Look after this fella tonight, as usual. I thought you had a childminder.
Yeah, well, she's let me down, hasn't she? And your Jackie went bananas when she saw them in the bar.
Well, I'm working tonight, as usual.
Yeah, but you said you'd help out with them. Look, Josh, will you leave them alone, please? Surely you can manage one night.
Look, Bev, I can't afford to. I can't miss a shift.
Mike, I am really stuck here.
Here's your milk.
Look, what I'll do, I'll ask Rachel and I'll let you know.
Take your milk.
Look, just don't leave it too long, okay?
Okay.
Oh, Josh!
God almighty, give us them.
Look, I'll pay for it.
No, it's all right. Forget it.
Oh, you will let us know, though, won't you?
Yeah.
Come on.
What's that noise?
Josh just spilled a bottle of milk.
Oh, he's a little swine. Why don't you keep him under control?
He's hyperactive.
Yeah. Shall I get him some brush?
So never mind that. She wants me to babysit him tonight.
Well, you're at work today.
Yeah, I told her. The babysitter's let her down and Jackie went tape because she was in the bar.
No, I don't think she can handle that job. Not with Josh.
Well, I said I'd ask if you'd sit with him.
No way!
Oh, come on. They and Jessie and my dad will be there for Beth.
Mike, I was up 3 times the night with Beth. I'm knackered. I'm so tired that I'm going to get my head down when she's gone to bed. Look, I'm sorry, but Beth will just have to cope.
Look, she's having a tough time.
Mike, no! I'm not getting involved. This is all your own fault. If you hadn't been so pally with her, going round saying that you have responsibility for Josh and you'll look after her, do you want to come to you?
Couldn't you just tell her?
No! This is down to you. You tell her.
Well, never mind me ringing. Let's make it a date later this morning.
You're eager.
Maybe because I've been knocked back twice in the last couple of weeks.
Oh.
I didn't want to think you were making me save me straight.
Hiya. Hi, Emily. Why did I do that to you?
Who knows? Anyway.
I was about 11:45-ish.
Emily, can you have a look in the book? See how I'm fixed for nipping out for 10 minutes, a 11:45.
10 minutes, is that all I get?
10 minutes is all it usually takes.
Oh, you
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Right, then write my name in the space. That way I know she's mine.
Oh, just get to work.
Oh.
Go!
Are you sure? Really? Oh, okay. Bye.
Mummy, you know something?
Right. Did you know Sammy was going to see Louise?
No.
I just found her at work and she's taking a couple of days off to go to London. Aren't you worried?
It's not my can do, is there? She does what she wants.
Yeah, well, you know what she's like. There'll be some big mega kick-off between her and Richard all in front of Louise.
You know what? I've got my own problems.
I'm going to go back to work. Where? Katie? What's up? Katie?
I thought Rachel was supposed to be my mate. Surely she can manage for one night till I get myself sorted.
She's knackered. She was up half the night with Beth, and now she's got to have Jackie's kids today. How can she?
You could do it if you wanted to.
I'm working.
Mike, we are talking about one night.
And we're up to our eyes in debt. I need to get as much cash in as I can. I can't do it. I'm sorry, Bev.
So why did you come round the other week offering, eh? What was all that crap about facing your responsibilities? It's a different story when I actually take you up on the offer, isn't it?
I don't need this. I'm tired too. You know, I need me bed.
Yeah, Mike, you go home. Get your beauty sleep, you need it.
I'm sorry.
Just go home, Mike. You're a waste of space.
So what did you tell Mrs. Plummer about going out?
I told her I had to go and service an old boiler.
I hope you didn't.
Nah, I told her I had to go and make love to my gorgeous wife immediately, and if she had any objections, she could stick a job.
Do you want a coffee?
I better be getting back, love. Shouldn't you, well, you know, just lying with your legs up, or...
What are you two doing here? What are you doing here? I had a free period. Came to get me pierced.
Did he pick you up this morning?
Yeah.
You've been in that car!
Why didn't you tell us? Who is he?
Me boyfriend. Look, I've got to go.
Well, hasn't he got legs? Can't he come in? Can't even knock at the door? What sort of it? But Del!
Who is he? He's driving like a maniac.
I feel brilliant.
You haven't got your results yet. Your medication mightn't be right.
It'll be spot on. I'm ringing Helen.
You have to have your tablets now.
Nikki, I feel level. I really do.
You still got it, have you? So. Here you go.
I'm going to ring her.
Look, Jimmy,
I've been thinking about this. I'm only trying to help you, but, well, I think that I think you're going off the scale a bit. Well, today, anyway.
Oh, behave yourself, will you? I've just seen the psychiatrist, haven't I? And he says I'm okay.
You get yourself all wound up, all overexcited about telling Helen, and you hardly even know her.
Of course I do.
No, you don't. Not really. I know you burst and tell her all about your condition.
I wanted to know everything, the truth. I wanted to see me as I am, the whole thing.
You're carrying on like a teenager.
That's what being in love's like.
You're too impatient.
Nikki, I just want this chance with her, that's all.
Oh, no. But I think I should be there with you, you know, when you tell her, because I think it would help.
Nah.
This is important.
Nick, you've been brilliant with me, and I'm grateful for all your help and everything, but, well, I need to take a bit of responsibility for myself. So I want to see Helen on my own. Okay?
I think you should calm down. You should take your time with her. Play it slow.
You know, my belly is still on prison time. Want me to eat this early?
Oh, don't you be thinking like that.
Can't help it, love. Do you know, when I was inside, I couldn't wait for tea time. But as soon as you'd finished, the nights just seemed to go on forever.
Oh, well, listen, why don't you go and finish that off in there before the kids get in and take over?
Yeah, why not, eh? Yeah. Thanks, love. Bye, Maxie.
Hello again.
What have you got there?
Oh, some house details I picked up. Oh, do you know, I wanted to show you this. Look at this. It's a 5-bedroom, semi-detached house in Woolton. It's got a conservatory and enclosed garden. It's perfect for us.
Yeah, it would be too expensive.
No. See, we can afford it.
Yeah, well, I've already told you I don't really want to move at the moment.
Well, you know, I think this is worth a viewing. There's a similar one as well in Allerton. We could do both in a morning.
Yeah, well, there's too much going on, isn't there, Sam?
Well, the children are growing up. We need more space. And, you know, if we're going to have another baby...
If I have another baby.
You're being too pessimistic. Remember what the doctors said.
Thanks, love. I think I better get on my way.
All right, I'll see you later.
Woolton, eh? Very nice.
Now, you could have at least waited till he'd gone.
What time is that likely to be?
Yeah, well, he's lonely, and I can tell he doesn't want us to move house.
No. What about our life?
Yeah, well, listen, I don't want to hear about moving until I know that my dad's settled down, right? I'm calling in at the office.
That you, Del?
No, it's me.
Do you know if she went back to school?
She did, you had it checked.
Thank goodness for that. I thought she might be sagging off.
She haven't mentioned this new fella before.
Never. It's really quick after Gareth.
Mum, Dad, quick! Quick!
Oh, what's going on?
It's a present from you, from Matty. My new boyfriend. He works in a chicken factory.
Well, why didn't he come in?
He's shy.
He's not shy of driving like an idiot.
Where did you meet him?
Just around.
Well, why won't he tell us anything about him?
Well, there's nothing to tell. Except his car stinks of dead chickens.
Del!
If she gets back with Gareth, we'll be well fixed. We can feed him on this lot for a month.
I mean, nearly 14, just carrying on like that.
What?
Diane Murray, that Marty was at the salon arranging for when you can go home for a you-know-what at dinner time.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. Honestly, it was disgusting.
Oh, she's trying for a baby here, isn't she?
Yeah, but she couldn't wait to get home all morning. She's been like a bitch on it.
Well, it must be the right time of the month, wasn't it? Hey, wait till you and Tim are nearly 40, but it won't be all disgusting then, will he?
Me and Tim will not be doing it in public places.
Ooh. What's wrong with fancying someone and loving them? They're like Jimmy and Helen, isn't he?
Are they together or what?
Well, he's been trying to get hold of her every 5 minutes, but there's no answer. And he says he's in love.
Oh, has he gone off on one again?
No, but if he pushes too much with her, he'll only scare it off. I just don't want him dumping his medication again. Or going into depression.
Now, you sit down and you don't move. I'll be behind the bar. I mean it. Stay here.
Okay.
Hiya, is everything all right?
That's what I came to ask you.
Oh, yeah, fine, great.
So, you got a babysitter fixed up then?
Yeah, no probs. No need for you to worry.
So what are you doing here then, Bev? Did you not listen to a word that I said?
Look, I couldn't get a babysitter. I'm sorry, I had no choice.
Oh, great. So you try and con me. You risk my licence. Thanks. It's legal to have a kid in a bar.
I know that,
Get
but...
it sorted, Bev.
Look, I'll have to ring Rachel. I am really, really sorry about this. I thought you'd be all right in the office, didn't I?
Yeah.
Look, I did try and find someone, you know, but I just couldn't get them. Look, it's engaged now. We'll have to pop round. Come on, son. Come on.
Just hurry up then. Shouldn't Sammy be doing that?
She's in London, isn't she? Sick of waiting for the cleaner she's supposed to be arranging.
Where are we going to find the cleaner from? We can't go to Great Granny's, can we?
It's gone down the tubes and I'm glad.
Why didn't you tell me?
I'm not interested in his business, thanks.
I don't mean that. It's 12 months tomorrow since Clint died, isn't it?
Are you trying to forget?
I'm sorry.
Try to forget. It seems like only yesterday since Jackie took that call. And people keep saying it's going to get better, but it's been a year and it's not getting better. It's getting worse.
Look, sit down. Maybe if you just get past this anniversary, things will get easier for you.
Would have been in Spain for a year by now. We would have had jobs. Would have been great.
There's no point looking back, as you got to move on. Think about the future.
How can I? When every day I think how good things could have been.
And would they have been? Are you sure?
What are you talking about?
I think we should talk about Clint.
I don't want to talk about him. I miss him too much.
Can't he just stay the night?
Bev, I don't want him waking the baby. Rachel will go mad. She's been up half the night.
Ron, I am desperate here. Jackie's talking about sacking me if I don't get it sorted. Hey, come here.
Look, I tell you what, I'll take him round to yours till you get back. Here's your key.
There you go.
You and your granddad will have a lad's night in, OK?
Thanks, Ron. I owe you one. Hey, you be a good boy. Mwah.
Yeah, you better get a move on if our Jacqueline's on the warpath. Right, come on in, but be quiet.
You don't need that. I want to talk to you about Clint because I think it might help.
There's nothing to talk about.
He was with me longer than you, and he was my fiancé before he was yours.
He was my fiancé when he died.
We'll have no more talk of business now we've escaped.
She's got my dad's babysitting so she can run the bar.
I said, let's not talk about business.
Max, he can't keep that up. Not the way he is. Why did I ever take it on, eh?
Well, you were warned about buying that place on impulse.
She'll use them, you know. I just know she will.
Yeah. And you said that you would never move until he was settled down again.
Yeah, and I meant that and all.
Yeah, but what if your father got closer to Bev again?
You're joking.
No, it's worth thinking about. They lived together for years. Could happen again.
Oh, and then you could whisk us all off to this big house in Walton, eh?
Well...
There's no way my dad would ever get back with Bev. And even if he was that soft, how would I move and leave him with her?
Sorry, I dozed off on the chair.
Has he been all right for you?
Oh, yeah. Took a bit of time to get him down, you know, but hey, I tell you what, them computer games, I reckon they give me bad dreams.
I hope he hasn't tired you out.
Hey?
I said, I hope he hasn't tired you out.
No.
Tell you what, Ron, you saved my bacon before with your Jackie. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Yeah, well, what else am I going to do?
I definitely owe you one. Still not yourself, are you?
It's Rachel. She reminded me before. It's 12 months to the day tomorrow since it happened.
Oh, you don't want to remember.
That's what I thought. I killed a lad and I can't even remember the date.
Hey.
I don't know it. Everything's fallen to bits on me. I couldn't wait to get out of jail and...
Ron, don't get upset.
It's like everything's moved on. Left me behind.
Look, I've got some brandy here. Do you want a drink?
No, no thanks. Oh, Jackie and the other fella are thinking of moving, you know.
Yeah?
Like I say, Bev. It's just like everything's moved on and I'm still stuck here. I'm lost.
Oh, not again, Jimmy. It's too late to be ringing it.
Just one more go. Helen, it's Jimmy. Yeah, sorry it's late. I've been trying to get hold of you for ages. Oh, you've been away, right, yeah. Well, I was just wondering if we could meet up for a drink or something. How about tomorrow? No, listen, I want to meet you, Stephanie. It's just, well, I've got something to tell you. Something we need to talk about. Look, I'm not being funny. I just want it to be you and me. How about tomorrow at 8:30? Great, OK, yeah, all right. See you then. Bye, Helen.
Go to bed. Night.
Night.
I know it sounds selfish, but I don't want him to move.
Is that because you don't want to be at the place where it happened by yourself? I mean, you said yourself you're spending more time at Jackie's.
Maybe. Or maybe I'm just fed up of Ray and Jessie living there like they're part of my own family.
Oh, it's a big enough house, isn't it? Old Casa Beveron.
Maybe it's just a Moffat-led thing. You know, before you came round earlier, I was just sitting there staring at the carpet. Place where it happened.
Oh.
You know, if it wasn't for Al Michael, I might sell it myself. Got a smaller house, you know, my own space.
I don't know why either of you should have to sell up. It was up to me. I'd just swap houses.
Hey?
Well, Max, Jackie and the kids. There'd be plenty of room for them at your place, and their place would be fine for you.
Yeah, but I'd still have to get shut to the lodges, wouldn't I? And when's that likely to be?
I meant what I said the other week, you know, about you staying here for a bit.
I'm not sure you really meant that, love.
Well, I certainly don't think you should be there tomorrow. Stay here for a couple of days, you know, just get this 1 year thing over.
You sure?
I am positive. You'd be no problem, and Josh would love you here.
Well, if you're really sure.
I am really sure. Now, how about that brandy?
I'll have one if you're having one.
Quite fancy one now.
That's all, Paul.
Yeah. You stay where you are. Relax. We need to get you to forget your troubles. And there's no point you going home this late, is there? Might as well stay here tonight as well.
You're going to stay out here all night? If I have to.
Oh my God, what's that?
Ambulance.
Now. I reckon I could be in there. Oh, Dad, not again.
Excuse me, it wasn't me who rubbed Dexter in the mouth.
I built this monument to myself and to the city.
Really? Are you going to whine about it all night? Or get laid?
And next time is tomorrow night, an hour-long special from 8. Now, coming up, they say this market is booming. We'll tell that to the Keaveney family, who with a 4-bed in South London are yet to get a bid. Time to call a certain Andrew Winter. He'll sell it. You can put your house on him.
Footy in the playground.
I had stuff to do, love.
But you guys have stayed after school to practice.
Hey, I tell you what, I'll take you to the park and we can have a kick around, eh?
I wanted to be with me mates, didn't I?
Just go and get your uniform off, all right, son?
Just play all the footy you wanted in Brazil.
How they picked them up for you?
I know, yeah. I'd have got even more of an ear boshing.
What do you mean?
Well, I went to see your Jackie at the club before, you know, to talk about my hours, and oh, look, it doesn't matter.
No, go on, what?
Well, she was moaning on about the laundry at the club and Maxie's place.
She sorted that, yeah?
Nope. Anyway, she had a knock on about that. And then she starts throwing in all these hints that I only asked you to move in so you can be a glorified au pair.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, I don't want to think on that, so you should mind Josh's stuff.
I want to pay me way, Bev.
Yeah, well, you had a big shopping, didn't you? That's enough.
Yeah, but if I can help out in other ways, it helps take my mind off things.
Go for a walk in the park or something?
You know, hang on. It was too much for me round at ours, you know that. It was too crowded. I just kept thinking about Clint and all that. And you were good enough to offer me this place. Now I want to feel at home here, which means that I've got to do whatever I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, well, you don't have to do the ironing.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, it relaxes me.
Maybe you should do the laundry at Jackie's place, then. Give her one last thing to whinge about. Hello. Hey, Mrs. Brown. Oh, no, you don't want to do that.
You going to stay out here all night?
If I have to.
Well, that's not very mature, is it?
And was it mature to come kidnap me from Richard's?
You weren't kidnapped.
I was taken against my own will.
Yeah, well, parents have to do what they think's right, and I want you here.
But you know I don't want that.
Well, I need you here. Richard's not your dad.
At least he's interested. He's the only dad I know.
Look, Lou, I'm sorry your real dad hasn't been in your life. That's why me and you being together here is so important to both of us. I've brought you back here to start a new life together. It'll be fine. So come on, let's go up to the flat A and get things going.
Going to be about another 5 minutes, I'm afraid. Okay. What's that lovely Mrs. Tucker complaining of?
Dyspnea.
On exertion.
She's not sure. You know what she's like.
And that's it, yeah?
A bit of abdo discomfort.
Do you know all these old people complain of? Shortness of breath, constipation.
I didn't know you studied medicine, Katie.
You don't need to. It's some of this lot going to come in here for a bit of attention.
Ah, but not our Mrs. Tucker.
Oh, just because she's your fave patient.
No, she's not.
You don't see anyone else getting mince pies brought in for them, do you?
I'm going to be late tonight.
Oh, that means he gets a bit more time with Mrs. Tucker. Eh?
Do you mind?
She's brought him in another pie.
Oh, that's her. Competition, eh?
So where are you off to?
I'm meeting some Aussies. They'll be back over for the Commonwealth Games, so I'm laying the foundations for them.
Fine.
Are you going to put those shelves up?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be up late anyway. I've got bookwork to do.
You sure that's all you'll be up to?
Oh, don't you start. Go on. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Could you do an ECT on Mrs. Tucker, please?
She's third on the list.
So we wrap?
The health authority might see that as queue jumping.
Well, don't worry, girl. She's my fave patient, remember?
Mrs. Tucker.
Right, I'm doing a dark wash. You got any?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Josh, ball, table, off, now.
Rui's mum didn't mind him playing with his ball.
Yeah, well, Rui's mum's got a garden.
And why don't you get one?
Who is this Rui that he keeps going on about?
He's a mate who lived in the next street when we were in Brazil.
Hey, best mate. Football bothers everywhere. I'm gonna move back here. Balls.
What are you going to do now the childminder won't look after him?
She gave me the number of a kids' club.
Oh, well, that should keep him occupied.
Yeah, and me skinned. I've only got 20 quid left on my wages.
I can help.
Thanks, but no.
I don't mind, you know.
Yeah, well, I do, so no.
OK. I've still got some of my clothes over at our place. I'll have to go and pick them up.
Hey, you're always with that iron, you, aren't you?
I could have been the greatest granny ever with my domestic skills.
Still trying to resurrect your business?
Nah, getting KB'd by the bank knocked the stuffing out of me. Mind you, I have to have a serious think about my future. Still got some of my prime left.
Hey, you don't need to tell me that.
It's almost as urine samples back then.
I don't like the look of Mrs. Tucker.
It's all right. She thinks you're pretty ugly as well. What's wrong?
She looks pale and clammy, and her ECGs are showing a few ectopics, 4 or 5 a minute.
Heart rate?
Tachycardic, 120 BPM.
BP?
105 over 80.
Oh, I'll go and take a look. I'm sure it's fine. You got those results then, Casey?
I've already checked.
And?
Nothing yet.
You're going to need to get to the lab. I need to know his levels with those antibiotics.
It's been taking ages to get through to the lab.
Well, you're just going to have to keep on trying, I'm afraid.
Dr. Paul.
What happened?
She arrested. She's in VF.
Katie? Right, defib. I need a line in there, please. Charging.
Ready? Still in VF.
This bloody thing. Come on.
Still in VF.
All right, stand back. Clear.
Oh my God, what's that? Ambulance.
Yeah, now. There's no change at all. Give her half, you promise, please. I'm going to shock her again. OK, charged. Stand back, please. Clear. Come on, Mrs. Tucker. Come on.
Might have to increase it this time.
got your favourite biscuits.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I know Richard got you those ones from the shop in the village. Homemade chocolate chip.
We go there for a treat at the weekends.
Well, we can find somewhere like that here.
Somewhere cheap and nasty.
No, that's enough.
We haven't got any money for anything else anyway, have we?
Oh, we've got enough.
You're always short of money. I've heard you say it.
Well, this isn't about money, it's about love. Don't be giving me funny looks. I'm your mum and I miss you. I've hardly slept since you've been away.
Why? Have you run out of vodka?
Just drink your tea.
Any help?
Nothing yet.
Let's hope this helps.
Forget that, we've got asystole.
What? Adrenaline.
Ready, 1 in 10,000. More haste, doctor.
Damn it, damn it. All right, come on. Where's the ambulance?
There's a big crash on
No,
Queen's Drive.
I've got a woman dying here.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best.
All right, OK, stop everybody. Let's see what we got. Nothing, not a bloody flicker.
What do you want to do?
Well, we keep on going, don't we? Come on.
All right, Pops. We're just on our way over to yours to drop your gear off.
Saved you the journey then, eh?
Is it all right if Josh plays footy in the garden?
Yeah, go on, Beth can go out as well.
Hey, I'll be out myself to give that ball a boot.
Oh, tall Grandad.
Go on, hey, and mind the windows.
Should we go and play it with Josh?
Yeah. Oh, Mike, the childminder's packed it in, so from now on you might have to help out a bit if that's all right.
That's what it's all about, eh, son? Family?
Yeah, Dad, you know this move into the flat?
Don't be a powder could.
Yeah, but do you think you're rushing it?
Hey, we're getting on like a house on fire. She's looking after me health. She's sorting out my diet. What else could a man ask for?
Yeah, but, you know, don't you think you're being used?
As what?
I don't know, childminder, babysitter.
You can't stop worrying you and our Jacqueline, can you, eh? Actually, I think I might get used by Bev. But, for something completely different.
Such as?
Well, don't want to jump the gun, but, I reckon I could be in there.
Oh, Dad, not again.
Michael, I'm telling you, son, I've been round the block a few times and I know what I'm talking about. I know what women want. Especially that one.
Do you want me to take over?
Will it make any difference?
What?
We've been working on it for too long. There hasn't been a flicker of activity on the monitor. She can't maintain an output.
Dad, look, we keep on going, don't we? Come on.
Even if we get her to a hospital and ventilate her, she'll already have cerebral hypoxia. 3 weeks or whatever on life support. The family thinking she's going to get better. You know the score, Doctor. It's your decision.
Time of death.
We won't need that in Iron Appa.
I know, yeah. Give me the real thing any day. Have you used this stuff before?
No, but our Natalie has. You just rub it on.
Well, what's this about skin preparation?
I even got dry skin. Have you?
No.
Well, everything just arrived. Could you get a next of kin on the phone, please?
Sorry, Mrs. T.
If Matthew's not your number one, have you got someone else in mind?
No. I mean, I like him, but he smells of chickens and... Ew. Oh! What? We've run out. Get the other bottle then. You did bring another bottle, didn't you?
I should have tried phenytoin. I saw that work once. It sort of kick-starts the heart. Don't know why I didn't think of it. I'm so stupid.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I'm out of touch.
I thought you were pretty slick myself.
Slick. Don't patronise me, Nisha.
I'm not.
I was slow. Before I suggested something, you had it ready.
I worked in A&E for 4 years and did intensive care. That stuff's second nature to me. In the blood.
Yeah, and it should be there with me. It's a procedure. It's steps you go through, isn't it?
Gary.
I was crap, and you know it. I was like some junior house officer or something.
OK. When was the last time you were at a cardiac arrest?
4 or 5 years ago, maybe. But that's not the point. I'm expected to respond in an emergency.
And you responded? Yeah, you were 3 seconds or whatever behind me. Big deal. You knew exactly what to do in every situation. I was ring rusty too. We did well.
Mrs. Tucker's family wouldn't think so.
She was 82.
So what?
A chronic bronchitis with some heart complication that kicked in out of the blue. You were working on it like she was still in her 30s, and that's brilliant. Would you have tried that hard had she not brought you mince pies in every now and again?
It's great pastry.
Go home, Doctor. I'll go and have a word with Katie. She looked a bit shocked.
I don't know. Funny, innit, eh? Doesn't seem like it's mine anymore.
At least your name's still on the deeds. More than I can say about my flat. I hate paying rent.
Yeah, but I've been thinking about your idea of swapping houses with our Jacqueline and his lordship.
Makes sense to me.
Just knowing what went on in here is a good enough reason to get out. Not that next door's without its own tragedies. Susanna and her.
Yeah, we don't need to move anywhere, do you? I'm looking after you.
There you go. Hi, thank you.
All right, double duvet. You never know, you're looking a big ship. Josh, thanks for that, buddy. See you later. See ya.
Ta-da now. Hey, Michael, make sure you get some rest before you go to work.
I'm off tonight.
Well, that was some, innit?
Have you seen him? He's like a dog with 2 bottoms.
Oh, he's just enjoying himself.
I'll give him 1 week over there.
She died. It was horrible. Just what the doctor ordered, eh, to take your mind off you-know-who.
Every cloud day. Just 1 minute we were joking about her being Dr. Parr's favourite patient, and the next, her heart had stopped and there was drips and needles, and she was just lying there, and the colour of her.
You want to pack that job in, get something a bit brighter?
Oh yeah, I'll join the circus, eh?
Hi, Auntie Katie.
What are you doing here?
My mum kidnapped me.
You stop saying that.
It's true.
Louise, me and your auntie are trying to have a serious chat.
Being kidnapped serious as well.
That's enough. Now, your Auntie Katie's had a bad shock at work today.
Hold on, what is she doing here?
I brought her back.
But I'm not blind.
Well, she belongs here with me. I mean, Richard's not even a relation.
I only see Richard at the weekends.
That's enough.
I go to school the rest of the time, which is where I'm going back to.
Louise, there is no more boarding school. This is your home.
And do you think that's fair, Auntie Katie?
Thought 1 bottle would do us both. Natural tan, the Caribbean and above. Oh, look at the state of these.
Laura, that moisturising wasn't an option. You were supposed to do that and exfoliate.
I haven't got hairs on my face.
You'll have to go out and get another bottle.
Oh, no, why me?
Because I live here, someone might see me. And I've got to be in work in an hour.
Yeah, and am I meant to go out with a bacon on me head?
It's not that bad, you know, Josh. When the bell goes, you walk down the corridor to the after-school club, and then I'll pick you up after.
What time?
About an hour or so before I start work.
Which is when?
Which is when I get there.
Oh, do they play football?
Yeah, I'm sure they do now. Don't bounce the ball, eh, son?
Don't think I want to go.
You're going to have to.
Oh, I wish we were still in Brazil, just you and me. You should play all sorts of stuff there.
I know some.
You can still have a good time here, you know.
There's going to be a salsa drummer in Brazil. Goes to all the footy matches and bang me drum.
Yeah, used to be rattles in my day. Don't do that, eh?
The food was better. Louie's mum was dead kind. She used to let us stay up dead late and sit at the window.
Stay up late here as well.
And watch the fruit bats flying out.
Tell you what, you can sit on the balcony if you like and watch the drunks rolling on.
I wish I was still there.
Look, don't bounce the ball.
Just let me bounce the ball in Brazil.
Oh, will you stop going on about Brazil, Josh? You are driving me nuts.
And you didn't used to shout at me like you do now.
Hey. Your mother's just trying to do the best for you, son.
Look, I'm sorry, love, but I'm trying to make a nice home for us here, and that means I've got to work. Look, this after-school club will be a right laugh. And there'll be loads of kids there from your school already, so please don't make this hard for me.
Sorry, Mum. They go outside and kick me ball.
Yeah, go on in the corridor, but watch the lights.
Well, thought you handled that quite well.
So, I'm learning.
Will Josh eat that?
Oh, he's having fish fingers, baked spuds and beans.
Not very Brazilian. Only feel a bit left out when he sees us tucking into all them goodies.
He'll be in bed, won't he? No, this is for just you and me. Cosy little twosome.
You can't stop me doing what I want.
I can, I'm your mother.
But I don't want to be here.
Well, sometimes kids have to do what the mums want because you're not always in a position to make a proper choice.
I make better choices than you, sitting here getting drunk. I've seen you, I'm fed up of you, and so was Richard.
Well, that's all in the past.
Is it? Is it, Auntie Katie?
Your mum was under pressure when all that drinking was going on.
I'll never drink like that again, especially as I know how much it upset you, and I'm sorry.
Even if you don't drink, I'll still be stuck here. I want to go back to boarding school. Isn't that for the best?
Well, no.
Please, you'll be working. I'll never see you anyway.
I said no.
But no matter where I go, you'll always be my mum. And I want to love you, but if you make me do something I don't want to, I might hate you.
Well, maybe I'll just have to take a chance on that.
Isn't that too big a chance to take?
Well, I've got to do what I think's right, so I'll decide.
Right.
McLaughlin to Gonzales! The gas going in back to McLaughlin!
Oi! What the hell do you think you're playing at?
Sorry, mate.
You don't play football indoors, all right?
Jason does.
Guess what, my son? Come here. Could you please stop your son kicking the football around inside?
Hang on 1 minute.
He's not doing any harm, is he?
There is both a time and a place for football, and this is neither.
All right, no need to get a cob on.
Get the hell where you're putting things, you know.
What's the problem? Oh, Josh was just having a kick around.
And his nibs here is kicking off at the lad, and he's frightening him.
He was hammering the ball against the door.
He's only a nipper.
And they've said they'll stop him.
Of course we will, love. We want to be good neighbours.
Yeah, well, there's ways of being good neighbours, don't you think?
Thanks.
Hey, in now.
You should have heard the noise, and that ball nearly hit me right in the face.
All right, just sit down and calm down.
I'm perfectly calm.
So I can see.
I'm annoyed, all right? Yeah, I'm annoyed. It shouldn't happen. A lot of stuff shouldn't happen. What are you doing back anyway? I thought you were going to be late.
I phoned you and they told me you were a bit stressed out.
Did they? Well, they had no right.
Yes, they did. They were concerned about you, as am I. I knew you'd be sitting here on your own.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I just saw you being fine with the neighbours.
All right, so I was a bit sharp with them, so what?
Which is why I brought the first aid kit.
Second rate, Gav.
Gary.
No, I was, because I had the technology, the drugs, whatever. It was all there at my fingertips. It was me. I just wasn't sharp enough.
Mrs. Tucker.
Yeah. Yeah, her of all people. I mean, I could have picked out 50 of my worst malingerers, and if they'd have arrested, I'd have saved them, but no. No, it was just someone who actually cared about the world. Cared about me. Can you believe that? She actually cared about me. That's the first thing they teach you as well, you know, to keep a professional distance. You're a doctor. That's a load of old crap, isn't it, eh?
Don't do
I
this.
crossed over a line because she loved life, you know. She didn't want to go. She kept popping in for her prescriptions. Keep me ticking over, Doctor. You're the only one who can, Briss.
Let it out. Let it go.
She wouldn't see anyone else, you know. She'd just see me. And if I wasn't there, she'd leave.
It's okay.
I failed, Gab. I did. She trusted me and I failed her.
Right. So
Hey!
sorry. I'm not ready.
Ready for what?
Take the pizza out.
Gabby!
Yeah! Howdy, partner.
Well, howdy, ma'am.
I know I lack the years of medical training, but this is my version of TLC. Mind you, I think the aftercare following the initial treatment is also important.
The aftercare comprising of?
Me.
You're brilliant.
You're not so bad yourself. No, you chilled out.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's just the kid in the pool and everything.
There are ways of dealing with every situation.
So I can see. So, do you think I was being a little bit unreasonable then?
No, not under the circumstances. But I do know what you're like.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you've had a stressful day. And that's why I'm here. I'm not babysitting an Australian delegation or in the city.
So you're saying that you're babysitting me instead, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't need it.
Yes, you do. Don't be stupid.
I'm not being stupid. A woman died in my surgery today, and I think it's a bit much thinking that pizza, video, and fancy dress is somehow going to erase that from my memory.
Oh, right. Shall I take it off then?
No, sorry. Sorry, it's just the kid in the ball and everything. I just lost it.
Gary, I'm on your side. I know you've had a stressful day, but they don't. And it's not their fault that we're having to live here.
Oh, right, and I suppose that's all down to me as well, is it?
Well, excuse me. It wasn't me who smacked Rob Dexter in the mouth.
I punched that scumbag in the mouth for coming on to you, for being an obsessional pest and a potential attacker. It wasn't until later on that I found out that you were actually encouraging him.
I was not. And well, you know it. He mistook my sympathy for attraction. He was going through a bad time.
Yeah, and you gave him too much time.
His wife had been diagnosed with cancer. You, of all people after today, should understand.
It led to his obsession with you.
What is the point in raking up a misunderstanding from the past? I came home early to give you my support.
Well, I'm just making sure that history isn't being rewritten here, that's all.
Nobody's doing that. What's happened, happened. They would have slaughtered you. Us. Consultant's son in sex scandal?
Well, thank you very much for that one.
Come on. You were right, and he was wrong. But settling out of court was the only option under the circumstances.
No, I mean, thank you very much for your imaginary headline that mentions my father and demotes me to merely being his crazy son.
Oh, come on. Oh, all right then, how about this? Jealous doc, wax cancer spouse. Oh, no. Just for you. Handsome GP protects wife's honour. Ego patched up now?
As long as you accept that us having to live here isn't totally my fault.
Well, as long as you accept that if only you hadn't gone over the top and let your temper get the better of the situation.
Ta-da!
Wow. Oh, you've done a brilliant job. Gosh, you must be shattered.
Not really. I could keep going for hours.
Oh, right. Well, have you taken your medication?
Of course I have. Hang on. You think I'm driven, don't you? Obsessively driven to get every little bit of dust.
No, I'm just saying that you might be overdoing it.
Well, overdoing what? What else have I got to do? I want everything to be bang on for when Helen gets here. 8:30, and then I'm going to tell her everything about me. I just want to wipe the slate clean, you know, get off to a fresh start with her.
But, Jim, do you think you know her well enough to, like, be telling her all your life's details?
Well, headlines rather than details. I mean, she'd be here for months if I told her my intimate life story, wouldn't she? I just don't want her to think that I'm trying to hide anything from her, that's all.
Maybe that isn't such a bad thing, you know. Everyone has secrets, their own personal things that we don't really have to share.
Well, maybe I'm building this up to be more than it sounds. I mean, I've had an illness, and I want her to know about it, that's all. I mean, if I'd had something like, I don't know, malaria or pneumonia or cancer even, you know, well, I might have mentioned it on our first date, mightn't I? But manic depression, ooh. So, I get the house to look like any woman would like to see it.
But it's like a show house, but it's too impersonal. It's your home, Jimmy. Why don't you make it look that way?
What do you reckon? Well, you don't mean, like, washing left somewhere, stuff like that.
Sweaty socks is never a turn on, but I don't know. Where's your newspapers, your books, your magazines, that sort of thing?
Oh, of course, yeah. And that'd say so much about me, wouldn't it?
I can just say one more thing.
Yeah, go on.
Part of the fun in meeting someone and getting to know them is finding things out, but slowly. And that's the good and the bad. And when you know someone enough, well, you can accept the faults because, well, you understand where they're coming from.
Thanks. I know that.
Oh.
I just wanted to know about the mental illness and how the medication works, and then hopefully everything else will come out in its own good time.
Good. I mean, I'm sorry I'm stating the obvious.
Listen, you don't have to say sorry for helping me out, you know. You've been great, Nikki. Nobody better.
Hey.
Oh, Ron, look at this. Brilliant. Right, that is it. Josh is out like a light till tomorrow, so I think our special meal should be a big thank you.
Sounds good to me.
You have ironed my knickers.
My pleasure, madame.
Even I don't do that. How did you manage to get this looking so smart?
Patience.
Yeah, well, after what you've been through recently, you've got plenty of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think we should make more of our special meal.
Oh, yeah? Why, what?
Well, I fancy getting dressed up so we can have our meal, 1 or 2 bottles of wine, and then we can put our feet up and watch a telly.
Well, let's just make a start, shall we, and see where it goes. Have you got any wine?
Oh, no.
Right. You sort out the food, and I shall get the booze. And if you're going to get all dressed up, I think I'll put my best bib and tucker on and all.
Should wear my skirt?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Did you have to tell Dad about Mrs. Tucker?
You said it. We all want to do what's right to help you. And I thought it was a good idea to speak to him earlier and get the benefit of his experience.
Oh, yeah, so he could patronise me by saying I'd done my best and the time had come.
I'm sure he didn't.
My dad doesn't need to say anything for me to know what he's thinking. We all know I'm going to be a GP all of my career, and he at least expected me to achieve what he'd done. So, if anything like this does happen again, please, will you consult me before consulting the great consultant?
No. I won't be dictated to about the circumstances. I can speak to anybody, especially family. You've had a bad day. It happened. It'll most certainly happen again. Move on.
Right. I just accept that philosophical advice from somebody who considers pizza, plonk and a video as the perfect panacea, do I?
You forgot the sex.
Grow up.
You're the one who should grow up, Gary. I'm just doing what most wives would do for their husbands. What I'd like you to do for me after a crappy day. All right, so most jobs aren't a matter of life or death. Yours happens to be. But you chose it.
I didn't exactly have much choice, though, did I?
All right, so it's a family tradition. You still had a choice. Now, are you going to whine about it all night or get laid?
Perhaps it's the lighting in here. Could be. Hey, but maybe it takes longer to develop than we thought. I bet you that we wake up tomorrow morning and it'll be as though we spent a day at the beach in Benidorm.
Hey, it'll be great when we really get in the sun.
Leanne isn't coming in tonight, is she?
Due any time. God, she's really gonna have a go, isn't she?
No, no one else will notice. I mean, we do because we know what we've done.
Maybe.
Hi, guys. Listen, I know you're not exactly Picton Library, but I'm after some posh magazines. Horse and Hounds, that kind of thing.
It's a garage.
Oh, really? That why you've got petrol pumps outside? I often wondered. What have you two done to your faces?
Why? Does it look as though we spent a day on the beach?
No. Latest craze in the clubs now, is it? Glow in the dark?
It's fake tan. It's still developing.
Fake. Counterfeit, if you ask me. You two are luminous.
What can we do?
Wear ski masks. What do I owe you for this lot? My God, the price of culture these days. I don't know. There you go. Right, I'll see you, girls. Not that I could miss you.
I'm a mum. She should be with me.
Yeah, brilliant. You keep chanting at her and you'll have her running back down south. She's got a very good point about her school.
which I can't afford.
But Richard can.
Yeah, well, he's not even a real dad.
So? Well, so it isn't right, is it? So if a dad was a deadbeat with no prospects, no job, he'd have more right to look after than Richard dad, who sounds like he only wants to provide the best for her.
Oh, well, I don't know, but I expect you to support me on this, though.
We said something along the same lines. It makes sense, Auntie Katie, persuade me, Mum. I don't want to be piggy in the middle over this. You've both got to get it sorted, and soon.
Are you gonna clear the bed? Right, come here, you.
When did Mrs. Tucker start bringing in the mince pies?
Well, I told her that I didn't actually like apple crumble. She's a lovely person, you know.
There's still some left.
No, I mean a sort of good old-fashioned community-type person.
And you did your best for her.
I just thought to administer phenytoin. Might have just kick-started her heart, you know.
She was 82.
No, it doesn't matter. Some people are still running countries at that age, aren't they?
Well, I don't think Mrs. Tucker missed out on a future in international politics, if that's what's troubling you.
Have you seen the remote anywhere?
No.
No? Is it under here? I think I saw it. Down here somewhere. Yep, no, there it is.
We paid for this video first.
You know what? I really am very grateful that you came home, and I am so sorry for being such a prat earlier.
I'm used to it.
Right.
Whoa!
Sorry. Hello? Voila!
2 bottles.
And why not? It's going to be a beautiful evening. Especially with that background noise.
Well, the main course is cooked to perfection, and I've done those, you know, those tapas-style veggie meatball things that you like for starters.
Oh, wonderful. And the wine shall complement the meal, as your beautiful outfit adds to your already natural beauty.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to wear it if you hadn't ironed it so nicely.
Tell me, are you wearing everything that I ironed?
Yeah.
Oh, just professional interest, you know.
Oh, we better sit down, get started before these meatballs cool down.
Not much chance of that for a while. Oi, temper, temper.
Do you think I attract the wrong sort of person, though?
Thank you very much.
Not you. I mean, like Rob Dexter. Or when I was at university.
Oh, come on, Gabby, what now?
I won't tell you if you're going to be like that.
No, I mean, is this going to make me rise up and hit someone else?
Well, last I heard, he was lecturing in Zambia, and you have to be in work tomorrow.
So who's this one, then? Go on.
A lecturer when I was at Leeds. A real creep. We all knew that, but turned out he'd followed me when I went home once to Guildford.
Your wife from Leeds?
Yeah.
Blimey. What perfume were you wearing in those days, eh?
Attract a perv, obviously. Or I might have had a sign on my back saying, stalk me.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you do?
I didn't know until one day they found a load of photos in his study. Lots of female students and plenty of me on my trip home. Maybe I do send out the wrong signals.
Oh, finally, a glimmer of self-awareness.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, perhaps you shouldn't be like, you know, so...
So what?
Oh, come on, Gabby, you do put it out a bit, didn't you?
You do blame me, don't you?
No, of course I do. Gabby! Gab! It was a great night, that country and western ball, wasn't it? How much did we end up having to buy this off the costume hire people for?
Story of our lives.
Sorry?
Well, you know, we end up having to pay because I put it about too much.
I didn't say that.
It's good as.
Made a mess of that on the night, didn't I?
as I always seem to.
Oh, a glimmer of self-awareness.
Does it always have to come back to this?
Okay, drop it.
No. You reopened the wound, didn't you?
Well, let's stitch it back up again. Coffee?
No. Gabby, come on, I'm sorry.
No, Gary, there'll always be something. How do you think I feel? That guy lost his job, his livelihood, and we lost our house, all because I put it out too much.
No, he lost his job because the development agency knew he was sexually harassing you.
Was he?
Yeah, why do you think I hit him, for God's sake? All right, you were sympathetic, supportive even over his wife and the cancer, but that didn't excuse him coming on to you.
He misread the signals.
Yeah, obviously. And you should have let me nail him in court.
Hello there, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, pleased to see you. Bang on time, eh?
Well, more by good luck than good judgment.
Yeah, I'll step in.
Ta.
Take your coat.
Thanks. So, here I am.
Yeah, go through. Sit down.
I really don't know what to do now. I just want what's best for her.
Well, judging by that little speech she made at the table, school isn't doing her any harm. That was well said.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
So you've got to take that into consideration if you want what's best for her. She's getting a good education and she obviously likes going there.
I know. Isn't it nice when someone says they love you? She really got to me. I mean, the last person who told me they loved me was Richard. And I'm sure he meant it at the time, like, but he stopped. And I don't want Louise to stop. I don't want to lose her. What's happened? What have I said?
Clint was the last person to say they loved me. I never heard him say that again.
I've been rehearsing what I was going to say all day, and now it comes down to it.
It's not, something terrible like cancer or something.
No, nothing like that. What made you think that?
I don't know. I'm sorry, it's just your manner. Perhaps you better just tell me what it is and then I'll know.
Sure. Well, a year or two ago, I didn't feel very well. I mean, I've always been healthy and that, but, well, I started to feel a bit odd. Out of control. It started after I went through a marriage breakup and various other things. I sort of cracked up a bit and was diagnosed as being manic depressive. There, I've said it now.
That was fabulous, thank you very much.
Glad you liked it.
The perfect evening.
Do you fancy a brandy?
Oh, the perfect evening just got better.
Well, you can't improve on perfection.
Ah, but you can. And you've moved the boundaries, Bev. Tell you what, should we have that nightcap on the settee?
All right.
What are you doing?
I just thought I could hear. Then that's it again. Do you think the doc is winding me up because of Josh before?
Well, he is winding you up. If he's got you with your ear against the wall.
He might have his stethoscope up against ours. Wouldn't put anything past him. Hey!
Do you know what she said to me? She said, "Don't worry, love. You can't get any more vain than you already are." She did. Oh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything considered, I'm wanting what's best for you. Well, I've decided I'm going to have a chat to Richard. And maybe, just maybe, I think it might be the best thing for you to go back to your school.
Oh, Mum, that's brilliant. And I'll come and see it as often as I can.
Hey, I'm not saying it's definite. We've got to make sure everyone's happy with the arrangements.
It'll work out just brilliant. I know it will. Phone him now, please.
All right.
It's good being back together, though, isn't it?
Well, we've never really been apart, have we?
No, but... Well, you could be next to somebody in a room and it can be like having an ocean between you. Or you could be oceans apart, but still be so close to someone.
Ron Dixon. It's almost like poetry.
I have my moments. Depending on who I'm with, of course. And right now, I can't think of anybody that I'd rather be closer to. to us.
Cheers.
Sorry, Mother. Can you bring me the next contestant, please?
What are you doing? Ron, you are going to ruin all these clothes that you've ironed so nicely.
Hey, and the underwear. Don't forget that. You are wearing it, aren't you?
I haven't taken it off. Look, you're making me meatballs repeat on me. Look, Ron, I think you better cool down, eh? And I'll get out of these good clothes before they get ruined.
What a good idea.
I've been so nervous all day, not knowing how you'd take it.
Don't be daft, Jimmy. Everybody gets depressed from time to time.
Yeah, but with me, it's not like, well, your average depression.
You want to see the amount of chocolate I get through when I'm feeling down? Dark chocolate's the one. What about you?
Oh, I take medication.
Antidepressants, you mean?
Yep.
I've often wondered what that must be like. Feeling a bit down, pop a pill and everything's all right again. Is it as simple as that?
Not quite, no. I have to talk to people, you know, people who look after me. Yeah, wonderful people.
Doctors?
Doctors, nurses, support staff, friends, family, you know. I mean, people have been marvellous.
So, is this an ongoing thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's no bother. It's all a question of balance, you know, getting the medication right and listening and acting on the advice of the professionals. I've never felt better.
So, how did you come to be under the doctor?
Well, it all seems so stupid now, like it was happening to someone else, but I did some crazy things. Well, I shouldn't say crazy, because I was ill at the time.
But you're not ill now, though, are you?
No, and as long as I do everything I should, I won't be ill again.
So what was it exactly you did that alerted the doctors?
Well, you might not believe it, but I built this monument to myself and to the city.
Really?
I understand it now. I've talked to people about it.
Psychiatrist?
Yeah. I mean, people get this idea in their minds, you know, when they talk about anything connected with mental health. I was the same myself. It's just ignorance. I was ill and treated for it like any other disease.
It's not quite the same, though, is it?
Yes, it is.
This monument you built.
It was because my self-esteem was so low that I wanted to prove to everyone that I wasn't completely useless. It was a graphic illustration of my cry for help, so they say.
Right. But this is all a long time ago, though.
No, not really. Oh, I might as well tell you about it.
All right.
My last relapse was when my daughter Lindsay left to go and live in Newcastle. I neglected myself and just sort of flipped out for a bit.
Oh.
Shall I top up our drinks? I've got a special bottle put by in the extension. Anyway, the thing was, I ended up in the Mersey Tunnel. Walking, not driving. Cracked a copper. He took it rather well under the circumstances. Anyway, I suppose in my mind I was trying to get to Newcastle, only going in completely the wrong direction. But I was determined to see Lindsay and our Kylie. Only the thing was, the problem was, I hadn't been taking my medicine. But I've learned my lesson now. Next time I'll take a map and a compass and a top.
That cheers in the crowd always makes you want to go just that little bit further, push down a little bit harder, because you really don't want to let any of them down.
Oh, you certainly haven't been letting anyone down here tonight. Let's take a look at your first. Hollywood actor Dylan.
Do you have to?
Has announced he is quitting his.
It's called displacement, taking my mind off things. Right, fine. What's next? Brace myself for a conjugal visit. Well, come on then. Which way do you want me?
Gabby, please.
Oh, come on. I can put it out, you know. Come on then. Oh, come on, baby. Give it to me. Come on. Oh,
Oh, God. Oh, come on, you know you want it. Oh.
What were you thinking about?
I thought that it might cover up the orange.
With gravy browning?
It's all we had in.
It smells bad. Bad enough. You remind me of Matty. He smells of chickens all the time.
Oh, I am going home for another bath.
Well, didn't it come off at all?
No. I'll say this about the fig tan. It might be rubbish, but it is waterproof.
Be on for days yet. But gravy browning?
It made sense at the time. At least now you know it doesn't work.
I wouldn't have thought of trying it in the first place.
I thought you were just taking your top layer off to save him getting creased.
Oh, well, I think you need your dangly bits ironing.
I am the world heavyweight champion at copping off with pigs.
It was all systems go when me and Ed had it away on the pool table. Next time I saw her, Biggie.
When you've been through what I've been through, then you can give out advice, okay?
She snores, you know, something terrible. It's not her fault. She's a martyr to her guitar and that.
Nisha, I'm coming.
Next tonight, a 66 quarter-final started war on a football pitch, culminating in the attack on David Beckham in a recent Champions League clash. All this, and Group F has yet to kick a ball. Football Stories Beckham and the battle with Argentina is seconds from kickoff.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. We just got ourselves off for an early night.
Oh, right, soz.
That's okay. I was just dropping off, you know.
Right, Helen's not been back over, has she?
Well, Helen?
Yeah, 'cause she's just been in mine. I've just told her about my little problem.
Well, he's done the right thing then.
Well, I didn't have much choice, did I, Raymundo?
Yeah. How did she take it?
Can't say for sure, 'cause she did a disappearing act when I was opening a bottle of wine. It might have been cheaper than it made out, but I'm guessing it wasn't that she took offence to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy, but she hasn't been here.
Ah, right. Thanks.
Are you going somewhere?
Louise is.
Why, you take her back to London?
Yeah, first thing tomorrow. Can't have her missing school now, can I?
Well, that means Richard's having her.
Yeah, well, it's a matter of what's best for her and what's best for me.
But you seem so determined.
Well, when she's away at school, I hardly get to see her anyway, so what's the difference?
Well, what about all that stuff you said about Richard's got no rights and she should be with her mother?
Well, I'll still be a mum wherever she is, won't I?
I don't know if I could be that logical if it was someone in my family going to live miles away.
Well, I can't go letting pride get in me way.
Hi, Katie. Hey, tell you what we should do, now that it's just the three of us again, we should go into town this weekend and cheer ourselves up a bit, eh?
Yeah.
What is this, Katie's convent? When do we all take a vow of chastity?
Ron, don't go. I'll put the kettle on.
I'm going.
Hey, don't you be getting a cob on just because...
Hey, I'm not. Don't you worry about me. I'm just glad that I gave her such a good laugh, that's all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ron. It's just, it was so unexpected. I mean, you standing there exhibiting your doodles.
Well, you shouldn't have led me on then, should you?
Hey, I didn't lead you anyway. You got yourself there on your own accord. And if anyone should be offended, it should be me. I thought you were here as a friend. Hey, are you still minding Josh tomorrow?
I just think she needs bringing out of herself.
Well, you can't tell someone when to stop grieving. I mean, the first anniversaries are always tough. Birthdays, Christmases and that.
Yeah, I know, but if all she does is sit around thinking about Clint...
All right, if we can persuade her, we'll go out on the Raz. But I'm not interested in pulling.
Yeah, well, forget about pulling. It's my track record's anything to go by lately. It's a good thing. Should have seen the last one. Oh, major beer goggles that night.
Well, the only thing I've had to look at lately is the work experience lad at the gym.
Go for it. What is he, 17?
Oh, you're joking. He's like the before picture of a Zik cream advert.
Can't be any worse than any of mine.
No, trust me. I am the world heavyweight champion at copping off with pigs.
Sounds like you're throwing down the gauntlet.
No one's going to take away my title. I'll guarantee it.
Right, that's what we're doing Saturday night. Pull a pig night.
You what?
Whoever gets to cop off with the roughest looking fella is excused from washing up duties for a month.
Fine, but I don't think you know who you're messing with. Plus, it might put a grin on Katie's face. Oh, wouldn't push it, Niche.
It's exactly what she needs.
Well, she knows we're here for her if she needs us. I mean, what more can we do? Anyway, I'm going to go let myself into the health club.
Katie?
Katie?
Don't start.
How much have you had?
Leave me alone.
You want to be left alone? That's why you wander through like that with a bottle. Do you want Louise to see you like this again?
Okay.
Come on, don't do this, eh? It's not the answer.
Do you understand?
12 months today since Clint died, I know. But that doesn't make it all right. You're not the only one who remembers.
Give me in here.
And I don't blame you. After all, this is the easiest option, isn't it?
Get out, will you? And you won't have to pretend you're bothered.
Anyone can give up. Getting on with your life now, that's hard. Being happy is hard, but you know what? People do it.
What do you know? Oh, you went out with Clint too. Big wow.
And what do you know? Do you know what? I just might be sick of doing things the hard way. Why so boring all of a sudden, eh? Sammy sees me drinking on my own. She might think I've got some sort of a problem. Go on, have one. Imagine if Clint could see us now. Oh, his ego would be up there, wouldn't it? His two exes drinking themselves into oblivion. I bet he'd love that, eh? Yeah? Katie, do you think he'd like that? Still grieving 12 months on? You'd be the first to tell him he wasn't worth it. Yeah, no. What are you doing? Oh, that's just nice, that is. Do you know what? You have got to move on. Nisha, stop. No. What are you doing? Dwelling on it. No, Nisha, don't. Nisha, you've got to move on, Nisha. No, Katie, no. Katie, come on. Come on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how to help you. I'm sorry.
No, no, not again. Not again. Okay, okay. Hang on. 10 minutes I've been out there. Well, I'm very sorry. But we were asleep, you know. Anyway, what's happened to your keys? I left them at Bev's. Oh, well, it's a good job we're here, then, isn't it? Hey? I mean, Rachel's probably got her headphones on again. She wouldn't have heard you. Oh, yeah. It's dead lucky you're here, Ray. Anyway, I thought you were spending tonight at Bev's. So did I. Hey, you haven't had an argument, have you? It just didn't work out the way that I'd hoped. Oh, look. Oh, I wish you'd have told us earlier, you know. It's all right for Jessie. She can sleep through an earthquake, but it's murder for me to get off. And, she snores, you know, something terrible. It's not her fault. She's a martyr to her guitar and that. But God bless us. It's like having a donkey in bed with you. It's, you know, at home. I can have a kip on the sofa. But here, well, there's too many people about. Oh, sorry for the inconvenience, like. Do you know, I sometimes think that sharing the same bed is a bit overrated, to be honest. You see, when Renee was alive, we had separate beds, more often than not. I nipped across for the obvious reasons and that, you know, but it was, I don't know. When you get to a certain age, a good night's sleep's more important, isn't it, eh? And then again, there was Jessie. You know, I mean, we have many early nights, if you know what I mean, Ron. I mean, she makes me feel 18 again. Do you know, I almost thought I'd forgotten what it felt like to wake up in the middle of the night next to somebody you love. Ah, you can't beat that feeling, can you, eh? So you toss and turn, and you wake each other up. But it's worth it, isn't it? When you know that in the morning, you've got a nice little cuddle to look forward to.
I'm going to bed.
Here, it's better than black coffee. I know it's always going to hurt, but what else can you do but carry on? You're going to let Ron Dixon ruin 2 lives?
It's not going to go away.
A year down the drain, Katie, how much longer?
Look, just because you forgot about him in 5 minutes, I am made up for you, but I can't do it.
I'm telling you now, he's not worth it. I know.
Nisha, you don't know anything. He was the one. We told each other everything. I knew what he was thinking of. You ever had that? So don't tell me you know when you don't.
You're right. He does sound like a different Clint than the one I knew. I was a mess when I met him. I went out with him for all the wrong reasons. I was still getting over him when you were going out with him.
But you dumped him?
Because I didn't like the person he turned into when he was with Robbie. And I didn't think he was ever going to change.
Well, he did change. What do you mean? You were in a mess?
Of family problems, just a falling out. I think I was just trying to shock them by going out with a bad lad.
Clint?
Put it down to first impressions, if you like. Did he tell you where he met me?
Yeah, the Aussie.
Did he tell you why he was there?
Well, I guess medical attention.
He'd fallen through a skylight into a warehouse. Him and Big Brother were on the rob. Computers or something.
What?
And it wasn't the only time either. I don't want to slag him, okay, but back then, any trouble going and those two were in on it. Legging it off to Spain when Robbie glassed that lad was just the tip on the iceberg. And I was like you, used to tell myself that it was all down to Robbie, but I'm sorry, Katie, I know he played it all down. But when they were together, they were both as bad as each other. Maybe he had changed, you're right. It wasn't the same for me. I didn't know what he was thinking and all that. I shouldn't have got engaged to him, but my head was all over the place. And this family thing, you see, it was just... Katie, where are you going?
You're wrong.
Katie, where are you going?
Katie, what are you doing? I want Ron Dixon out here, come on! What for? I want him to admit it once and for all, it's all because of him. And what good's that gonna do? Clint wasn't like Robbie.
Okay, I shouldn't have said it. Fine, you're the only one who's entitled to talk about
You
him.
know what? You're a heartless cow. Just because you couldn't give a toss when he died, think we should all act like he never existed?
That is so unfair, and it's not what I was saying.
Do you know when you've been through what I've been through, then you can give out advice, okay?
I don't exist, all right? So I think I know plenty about being left on my own. All right, girls. Ding, ding. End of round 1. Look, I'm sure it's nothing we can't sort out over a cuppa, all right?
What's up? Couldn't sleep. Oh, join the club. I mean, the older you get, the less you need. It's a medical fact. It's 12 months to the day, you know. What's that, Ron? Since I shot someone, Ray. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Right here it was. Looking at him like I'm looking at you now. Well, it's probably best if you don't think about it. So what's all this, then? I'm trying to organise a street party, you know. I mean, I was up, so I thought I'd read through it. Like, Nicky got it off the internet for me. It tells you how to go about it all. Should imagine how Lizzie feels that she deserves her knees up after all she's been through. Well, you'll be up for a party, won't you? Jubilee and all that. No. I'm not in the party spirit, mate. Oh, come on. You've got to have a party. Remember 1977? Everybody was out. Yeah, but it was different then, wasn't it? Brussels rules this country now. I'm surprised they haven't banned the Jubilee. They're doing away with everything else British. Did you hear something? No. You've spooked yourself. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make a nice hot cup of cocoa and then we'll... It must be the wind. Oh, shimmy easy, Ron. Christ on a bike cork, you.
Sirs, listen, I saw your lights on, but I wanted to make sure you were still up. Just wondered if anyone fancied a nightcap. You know, seeing as it's open like.
Bloody hell, Jimmy. Just as well it's good for the art, isn't it?
There you go. Get these down here. I'll soak up some of the alcohol you two have been putting away. Now, what is all this hissing and scratching about, eh? And what were you doing, knocking on my door in the middle of the night? Josh will be up when I get back, you know. It means he'll be in a stinking mood in the morning. Up to all kinds. Tell you what, do not have kids. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love them to bits, but your life's never your own again. You get every sad fella in town thinking they're doing you a favour by trying to cop a feel. Don't know you're born.
I think I might just go to bed then. Yeah, me too. I've got work in the morning.
Like Sex in the City round here, isn't it? Hey, one of those actresses, you know. She was only born up the road, Mossley Hill. Just goes to show you. It's all luck. No reason why it couldn't have been me, you know. Living in Manhattan, sipping cocktails, get me baps out for the cameras.
Sorry to have bothered you, Bev.
You two, just shake little fingers and make up, OK?
Yeah. I think I'm going to have a bath.
I didn't know you had family problems.
Well, you wouldn't. I wasn't going to let him mess up my studies and everything out of spite, if you like. Maybe that does make me a heartless cow.
All right. Well, I was glad you're Katie banging on my front door like a mad woman.
Is she okay?
Both in bed now. Best place for them. The amount those two must have put away. Tell you what, though, you want to be careful leaving Louise with those two. But what can you do? I mean, I've got more chance copping off with George Clooney than I have finding someone to look after Josh.
Well, I haven't got that problem anymore.
You haven't found a decent childminder, have you? Hey, we could go all of us.
No, I'm taking her back tomorrow. She'd rather be back at school and, well, she'd rather be back at Richard's.
Sammy? Listen, it's freezing out here. Do you want to come in for a bit?
Yeah, okay.
You see, the thing is, at that age, they only think about themselves.
But what can I do? I mean, I can't offer a satellite telly or pony club, and that's all I'm getting lately.
Hey, you want to wear him? Go on about Brazil. I loved it in Brazil. Why can't we be in Brazil again? In Brazil, we did everything together.
But in Brazil, you don't have to work all hours to pay the rent.
Yeah, but they don't understand that, do they?
You can't blame them, though, can you? I mean, I can't say I'm not missing me creature comforts.
I mean, look at this place. In Brazil, I had a 4-bedroom apartment. It was lovely.
Oh, you should have seen the hotels we stayed at in the Seychelles.
Residence pool.
Oh, I used to have cocktails by the pool.
We'd walk down the beach.
Being waited on hand and foot.
Beautiful weather. Oh, tell you what, though. You cannot beat this.
Oh, no. I mean, look at the view.
Hey, I had a view earlier tonight, you wouldn't believe.
I mean, all that sunshine, it's boring.
See, you can't beat the warmth of the community.
Oh, the community. I mean, that makes it all worthwhile.
You see, some things money just can't buy.
Nisha, you come in. What happened?
Do you remember when me and Sam used to work for me dad? Do you remember how strict he used to be on me?
I was a bit young then.
I guess. Sam, you'd remember. He was always hard on us and stubborn with it. And I used to play up to it, I suppose. Cut from the same cloth, my mum used to say.
I remember Sammy saying you used to have big rows.
Yeah, so you can imagine how delighted he was when he found out that his daughter was pregnant. Not me, my sister Anna. She was 17 at the time, middle of her A-levels.
Your Anna was pregnant?
And she was supposed to be the good one. See, I think that's what did me dad's head in more. If it was me, he'd have understood. But from her...
You must have went ballistic.
He found out from her boyfriend's dad. And he found out because the lad didn't want to have an abortion.
God.
Don't know what was worse for me dad. Getting pregnant in the first place or getting rid of it.
Because of his religion.
Because he was a dinosaur. Did you ever see that cartoon in Viz, Victorian Dad? That was him all over. And I don't blame her, Anna. She had the whole of her life ahead of her. But as far as my dad was concerned, their life here was over. She was totally off the rails. No bloody daughter of his, etc., bloody etc. Zoe decided to send her back to India.
You what?
Away from all the bad influences. Teach what life was all about.
God.
My mum did her usual. I'm sure your dad knows what's best. And I was the only one who stuck up for her. My uncle got her a job in a software company. Like, that made it okay, because it was a good job. She had to give up her mates, her studies, us, everything.
She went?
After weeks of arguing, awful rows,
I didn't believe they'd do it, but they did. And I couldn't let it go. It was probably an excuse for me and my dad to fight about everything we hated about each other. And neither of us had backed down, so it ended with, get out of my house. So I did. They haven't spoken to me since.
I just realised how selfish I've been. I just want what's best for her.
You're not selfish, wanting to be with your daughter.
Well, maybe I've never wanted it enough. I haven't exactly been the best mum in the world.
Listen, no one knows what to do, and we just work it out as we go along.
But some people cope better, though. I mean, look at Jackie. She's got 2, and she still manages to run a flaming business empire.
Apart from the fact she's married, she can afford to pay Rachel to look after them, and she can afford to buy them whatever they want.
Exactly. She's made it work. I couldn't. I just messed it up.
No, you've done a fantastic job. Louise is a lovely girl.
Tell her that.
Well, of course, she takes you for granted. I mean, that's part and parcel of being a mother.
I can't look after her.
Well, I can't look after him. I'm ringing childminders in the middle of the night trying to get them to start tomorrow.
Yeah, well, at least Josh isn't going to go and live somewhere else.
Only because he can't afford the fare to Brazil. Oh, look on the bright side, right? She's going into her teens. So, who would you rather have to cope with all the rows, you or Richard?
Well, there's some justice there, I suppose.
You get the nice bits, don't you? The quality time. Josh doesn't get any of that from me at the minute.
I'm a weekend mum.
So, if you fancy swapping hours, let me know. I'm 30 next month, you know.
Go away.
Not exactly how I'd imagine myself at 30, this.
You can't not have a party on the Queen's Jubilee.
Says here it's all about celebrating diversity. That means you can do what you like.
Well, I should be celebrating with a nice long lion. Hey, they'd have had you 2 in the tower at one time. Well, I'm off to bed.
Hey, listen, have you heard from Helen?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to see her.
Yeah, but Raimundo, you could just have a word, couldn't you? You know, I just want the chance to explain things properly.
Yeah, OK, I'll try. Yeah, I will. Promise. Good night, then.
Good night, kid.
Ta-da. So, you and this Helen one, are you,
Doesn't look like it now.
How come?
I'm thinking of placing a lonely heart, Sad. Non-smoker, good sense of humour, mentally ill. Think I'll get many takers?
Don't ask me. I've just managed to get myself a knockback without the benefits of any problems in me noggin, thanks.
Who, Bev?
I don't know what that woman wants.
None of them do, mate.
She sends out such mixed signals. I mean, how are you supposed to know?
Listen, I gave up trying to fathom Bev out long ago.
You just don't know where you stand with her.
Tell me about it. I thought it was all systems go when me and her had it away on the pool table. Next time I saw her, Biggie.
What?
Yeah. The elbow, you know, brush up. Didn't want to know.
You and Bev? On a pool table?
Just the once, like. Well, twice, actually. But just the one session, you know. I thought, might as well, you know, since there's no one else had the 10p down. Yeah, I would have told you sooner, I'd only, you know, never thought, like, you were in with a shout yourself.
You and Bev, she did it with you?
Right, I'll let you get some kip, you know, I'll see myself out.
Oh, God, my head's pounding. I'm sorry for moaning on.
No, it's fine. I don't know how you've managed to keep it all in for so long. Does Sammy not know?
Nah. We weren't seeing much of each other by then. We'd had that bust stuff about her drinking too much, remember? If I think about it too much, I'll be in bitter, and I so I don't.
Simple as that.
I've learned to rely on myself. Everybody else lets you down sooner or later, don't they?
That's not coping.
Well, it works for me.
Well, Clint wouldn't have let me down.
No, maybe not. I felt like that myself once. Before I realised the only person he was really bothered about was his brother. But it's probably different for you.
He was. I should know. I've been let down by every fella I've ever been with.
Is that why you're too scared to let him go?
You two still up?
It just seems to me like you've built him up to be Mr. Perfect, and he wasn't, Katie.
I'm not saying he was.
So nobody else can compete with him.
Oh, why? What's all this?
So there's no chance of you ever getting hurt again.
Sorry, I thought you took the prescribing course, not psychology. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's going on? I told you this wouldn't do any good. Misha, what have you been saying?
She's
Probably over there now.
But Ray said he wouldn't be seeing her.
Sure she's drinking? You only have to look at her. Yeah, well, I don't know what you said to her the other night. I was trying to help. Turning the other cheek's no good.
Jimmy, leave her, please.
Ray, shut it.
It's not even 6 o'clock and look at you.
I'm a mess. You think I don't know that?
If I told you I had cancer, would you have done a runner?
Of course not.
Because it's acceptable to have cancer.
And that's on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Next on 4, though, a randy milkman called Pat Mustard is about to curdle Mrs. Doyle's cream in Father Ted.
Have you had a good weekend? Did you see your mates? Oh, Katie took you all out. Great.
You're late for work, you know.
I'm not going.
Oh, Katie,
you start your lectures again, okay?
Okay, bye. Love you. Oh, and Richard took us all out for pizza. It was great. She all right, yeah? Yeah, she's fine. Back at school now. She's better off there.
Did you know Katie's not going to work again?
All right, I'll have a word with her. Oh, do you know how to switch this thing off? I should have stuck to my old one.
She hasn't been out of her room all weekend. Sure she's drinking? You only have to look at her.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you said to her the other night.
I was trying to help. Turning the other cheek's no good.
Well, I told you, she just needs time.
What she needs is a...
Look, Nish, I don't think you'd like it if I kept telling you how to look after your sister. Yeah, well, this place looks like a bomb's hit it again.
Yeah, well, that happens when no one tidies up.
You know I've had my hands full with Louise. Anyway, I'm sick of arguing about it. We should have sorted a cleaner by now.
So stick a card up in the newsagents.
I'm not having someone walking in off the street.
You are?
Who used to work in hotels? Who knows a thing or two about hiring cleaning staff?
Hang on, staff?
All I'm saying is we don't want any hassle. We want someone who's reliable. And you're not going to get that by putting a card in newsagents.
It's only a cleaner.
Morning.
Hiya, how was your night?
8 hours with nothing to do except think about me toothache.
Oh, is it bad again?
Kills. But I'm not going to let it ruin my night off. I plan to take my wife out and really, really spoil her.
Oh, chips and mushy peas.
I didn't say you were going mad.
Oh, your dad stayed home again?
No, it'd be great to see you, Helen. I tell you what, don't park outside the house.
Start to cheer up a bit as well.
Block, you see.
He's the lowest I've ever seen him at the moment.
Look, I tell you what, why don't we have a coffee over at the parade and I'll come and see you there? Yeah, well, I'll explain later. Yeah, I'll look forward to it as well. Yeah, OK, bye for now. Helen's going to sit in on the babysitting duties tonight, if that's OK.
Yeah, of course it is.
Really good of you to offer, you know, Ray.
Oh, it's just no bother, honestly. You know, you go and enjoy yourselves. Where are you off to?
Well, we got a new Chinese in the village. We're brassic like, but...
I can't wait. We haven't had a night out since the opening of the bar.
Better probably just sleep anyway.
Yeah, providing Jimmy doesn't come pounding on the patio doors like it did last night. Hey, you should have seen your dad's face. I was really worried about him.
Yeah, well, I don't keep a gun in the house anymore, Ray.
No, I meant your heart condition. We don't want you overexciting yourself, do we, Ron?
Fat chance.
You didn't fancy going round to Bev's again last night, Pops?
No.
What about tonight? Are you...
Look, I won't be going back again, so you might as well stop asking me, all right?
Is everything all right?
Yeah, I thought you wanted a bit of peace and quiet.
Yeah, well, it's not a question of what I want, is it?
So, who's going to mind Josh, then?
No, I don't know. How's Jimmy Corkill?
Jimmy?
Apparently, they've got a shared interest in pool.
What do you want for brekkie, Del?
Nothing.
Not even orange. Streaky bacon.
It's not funny. I've already had about 500 showers and I still can't get it off. All I wanted to do was to stop myself looking stupid at the beach, and the state of me now.
Oh, I wouldn't worry, love. I'm sure Matty'll still like you.
Who cares what Matty thinks?
Don't tell me he's out of favour already.
His hands were everywhere. Not nice when they've been up chickens' bums all day.
Del.
Anyway, I only went out with him to make Russell jealous.
Who is Russell?
Just some lad in school. He asked me to see a play with him at the Unity.
Ooh, a play.
Never mind, eh, Mum?
I wouldn't mind having a bit of what you've got myself. You even managed to pull looking like that.
Right, Josh. Off to school, are you?
No, I'm wearing this for the laugh.
Right. Yeah, listen, I really am sorry about the other day. You know, I want to go at you and all that. I was just having a bit of a bad day, that's all. So, I thought maybe this might make up for it a bit, you know? Hey, but don't tell anybody the doctor gave you this. Bad for you, that.
Don't put too much effort into it, will you?
Raimundo! You've got a minute? Not heard from Helen yet, have you?
What, this early in the day?
No. I meant over the weekend.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, not a dicky bird.
The thing is, Ray, I thought maybe you could have a word.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I don't blame her for being nervous. It's hard for people to see past the illness, I know that. But you know me as a person, you know what I'm really like.
Jimmy, I need that milk for my cup of tea.
The trouble is, Jimmy, she's busy at work and I'm busy with the bungalow. I don't think I'm going to see her.
Yeah, but...
Look, I tell you what, if she calls, I'll mention it, right?
It's all right, Jim. Come on. Make us both a cup of tea, eh?
Sorry, if you'd just like to take a seat, I'll find out. You'll have to bear with us today, we're short-staffed.
This week's quieter than last.
Yeah, did it totally ruin your weekend?
Wasn't great.
Pity the patients don't see that when they're moaning about their appointments, eh?
That's exactly what they shouldn't be seeing.
What, you think we should just be able to cope?
If you can't stand the heat.
Oh, don't make out it.
Where is Katie, please?
D&V.
D&V? It's amazing, isn't it? Why the tummy bugs have become endemic in this country. Nothing to do with the introduction of self-assessment for sick leave, of course.
Well, you can't have it both ways, can you? Saves you from having to see them, doesn't it?
Any other symptoms?
No temperature. Oh.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of dehydration, headache, vowing never to drink again type symptoms.
Just a bit of food poisoning.
Well, I'll bow down to your professional judgment, nice Petra. Send her my love, won't you?
I'm sure she'll be fine tomorrow.
I'm just checking you don't need them. Well, I don't want to text you. I want to speak to you. Don't be making me sound like an old fogey. Of course I know how to send, but maybe I just wanted to hear your voice. Maybe I'm missing you a bit. Is that allowed? Oh, well, OK. Phone me later when I'm not going to embarrass you. OK, bye. I still don't know how this thing works. I mean, what's GPRS anyway?
What'd you get it for, then?
It looked nice. Oh, yeah, messages. Aren't you going into work again?
I don't feel well.
What did Nisha say to you the other night, eh? Don't be letting her upset you.
I'm not.
You were having enough of a ding-dong when I come in.
Look, I've had too much to drink. I can't be doing with this.
All right. Look, I don't know what she said, but whatever it was, take no notice. I mean, Nisha isn't the most sensitive person in the world, and she doesn't know what it's like to lose someone the way we have. Oh, hey?
Hey.
Oh, hey, Dad. How's things? Have you settled in all right upstairs?
Oh, yeah. She's, very accommodating, this Bev. Has she ever said anything to you about Corkill?
No one about him?
How did I? You know, anything.
Was everything all right, like?
Yeah, fine. Look, I've been thinking about your laundry.
Oh, Dad, you really do need to get out more, you know.
Look, how about putting the business my way and thinking about branching out?
What? You want to do my laundry?
Only at the club, Jacqueline. Might not seem a very exciting future, but it's the only one I've got.
Well, it has to be an improvement on the bunch of cowboys we've had since Randy Paula did his run with Sol. But listen, why don't you come round for your tea later and we'll have a chat?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about the club and the restaurant as well.
Oh, thinking big now, are we?
Well, it's Bev's idea, really.
See? I knew it'd do you good staying up there.
Yeah.
Off to see a fella about a shifting job, Jim.
Hey? Oh, yeah, good.
You're really gutted about this Helen one, aren't you?
Serves me right for being so honest. As usual, everything was going great until I told the truth.
Well, if she thinks there's something wrong with her, that's her problem, isn't it? She's not worth worrying about.
What she doesn't want is to be with a fella who might just treat her to a romantic stroll along the Mersey Tunnel. You can't blame her, can you? She's normal. I wish I'd never opened me gob.
She would have found that sooner or later.
Yeah, but at least I could have kidded myself on for a bit longer that it wasn't going to make any difference.
So when are we meeting this Russell?
We'll have to see how he works out first. Got another offer if he doesn't behave.
What do you like? What? Well, it wasn't so long back you were crying on my shoulder because you thought you'd never have a boyfriend. And you'd have to wrap around your little finger. Growing up, aren't you?
It does happen. See you later. See you.
Aren't you going to school, Josh? You're going to be late, you know.
My mum told me to come down.
Yeah, but she's not until later.
I know. She wants me to ask if I can sit in the back room tonight and do my own work.
Tell her she already knows the answer to that one. And tell her she's bang out of order getting you to do her dirty work for her. Was your granddad not minding you then?
Your granddad went back home.
Organised. Oh, God!
No, it's okay. It's not a problem. I think you just blown my chance of a Nobel Prize there.
Sorry?
Well, the way you never seem to get stressed out about anything, I thought that maybe, you know, if I could just bottle it and make $1 million. But it doesn't seem to be 100% effective, does it?
I'm just tired.
Too much partying?
Anything but.
I take it it's not exactly domestic bliss up there at the moment.
Katie hasn't got a tummy bug. It's a year since Clint died.
I had a chat with her myself about it the other week.
She got herself into a state, and I don't think it helped things.
She's still drinking?
She's having a couple, but it's not that. It's more this depression. She won't snap out of it, and I just got frustrated with her.
Sometimes that's what's required.
I made it worse. I said some things about Clint that I shouldn't have, and I said that I thought she was scared to move on. I touched a nerve, I think.
We should consider getting some help, you know.
I don't know what to do. Sammy's no use. All she can think about is her daughter at the moment.
Do you want me to have another word with her?
No, it's okay. I'll have another go. Sammy reckons that once she gets past this anniversary, things will get better.
You lying get.
Nice tan. So natural looking.
Nice, me sides.
Where your orange, eh? When it comes off, it'll be orange peel.
Do one?
I lived in Brazil. I had a proper suntan.
You got a death wish or what?
But you've never even been to Brazil. Had my own pool and everything.
Do one? Haven't you got a home to go to?
All right. Has Helen been round?
No, why?
It's just that I saw on the parade with Ray. They look like they're going for a drink, but then headed back this way. She's probably over there now.
But Ray said he wouldn't be seeing her.
Yeah, well, then something came up. Or he's telling you porkies. You want to see her, don't you? Get over there.
Come on, you. I'm nearly ready.
Only take me 5 minutes. Hey, you look all right.
Oh, sweep me off my feet, why don't you? And here's me trying to make a romantic night of it.
Sad, isn't it? I never thought I'd get so excited about a bevy and a sweet and sour.
Well, show me a good time and I might give you something to get excited about.
Better go and wash me nuts then, hadn't I?
Oh, you look lovely.
Thanks. You have to make an effort, don't you?
So, how's the work going then?
Oh, you know, same as usual. Boring. Ray, haven't seen Jimmy at all, have you?
No. No, not really, love. Bakewell. Hang on. These are past the sell-by.
I thought you might have been over, you know.
Well, as I was... No, these are all the same. She thinks she's saving money by buying these reduced ones, and they always end up in the flaming bin.
The thing is, he told me... Did you know about his condition?
Yes. Yes, I did, love. I wanted to tell you, but it wasn't my place.
Well, I wish you had. I didn't know what to say. I ended up just running away.
Well, he's only got himself to blame. I asked her to be upfront with you from the word go.
I feel ashamed of myself.
I do like Jimmy, you know. Not that you'd know it now.
Well, don't get me wrong. I've got a lot of time for him as well. But he's in no position to be courting. It's unfair of him to ask. Look, love, I know it must be upsetting for you, but honestly, it's a non-starter, believe me. You know, he's a danger to himself, never mind you and the little one. Do you fancy a macaroon?
You want an early dart?
I wish. Got a PCT meeting to go to. I'll see you tomorrow morning, OK?
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Gary, Mrs. Tucker's inquest. It's tomorrow morning. Obviously, you need to attend. Sorry you've left it so late. I've been up the wall.
No, it's fine. It's not a problem.
I know it's a pain.
No, it's not that. It's just difficult when the family's there. I mean, you can imagine what they must be thinking.
Like what?
Like, why didn't the doctor do more? Look at him, he's just out of short trousers. What does he know, etc., etc.?
I'm sure they don't think that.
I'm sure they do.
It's all in your head. Anyway, I'll be there to hold your hand.
Now there's an offer I can't refuse. I'll see you later, OK? Oh, Nisha, just to say, you know, if it gets too much up at your flat, you're more than welcome to come to mine.
Oh, Gabby won't want me barging in.
No, it's fine. She's at a school governors meeting. Well, the offer's there anyway. OK, I'll see you later.
Great, isn't it, living on a building site? It's good you didn't move here for the scenery.
I know, yeah. Have you seen all them posters down the parade today of that girl out to your Anthony's class?
Yeah. Her poor family, they must be getting so desperate.
I know. I went to Helen back when our Harry went missing. God knows how her poor mother must be feeling by now.
They're just a constant worry.
Don't suppose she's having any other way, though, eh?
Hiya, Jack. Hiya, Di.
Hi, Ron.
Hiya.
Just admiring the view, are we?
Yeah, just what I'm thinking of selling, too. The property value's probably plummeting as we speak.
I better get the tea started. I'll see you, OK?
See you, Di.
Ta-da, love. So, tell me, have you got any further with the move?
It's you that should be talking about living arrangements. Why didn't you tell me you've left Bev's?
There's nothing to tell, Jack.
There's something gone on there, hasn't there?
Anyway, look, speaking about Bev, she's come up with another little idea that might help you out, and me too, for that matter.
Full of her bright ideas at the moment, isn't she?
Well, it's what you were saying about property values and all that. Now, you've not got forward the house hunting, have you?
Well, to be honest, Dad, I can't be bothered. I mean, Max has picked a few out, but I'm just too harassed with work. Anyway, we're going in, or...?
See, we could skip all that.
What are you on about?
Well, big house, little house. We could swap houses.
Oh, right, yeah. And now I'm paying for my laundry service by the barter system.
I'm serious, Jack.
Swap houses?
Look, the only reason you're moving is because you need more space, right? And I don't need all the space I've got at my place. So we could swap houses and, well, that way we'd still be next door to each other, wouldn't we?
Do you know, I'm sure there must be a million reasons why that's a really bad idea. But somehow I can't think of one.
It's a good solution, Jack.
Well, I'm not sure if Max will agree, but I'll suggest it.
I'll just stand there all day. Wish she never told you now.
If she wanted to see me, she'd have come over.
Jimmy, go ahead.
I'm not putting myself through it. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, but it might be worth it. I can't believe this is you. I never thought I'd see you give up. Jimmy!
Helen! Helen, hold on. Hold on.
Jimmy...
Look, I won't ask you to explain you disappeared.
Jimmy.
Because I know.
I think she just wants to go home.
I know. Why? It's scary. Don't you think it scares me?
Jimmy, leave her, please.
It does. Every morning when I wake up, I think, am I going to lose it today? You know, and other times...
Jimmy, leave her, please.
Ray, shut it. I think who does? I think it's normal for your head to be all over the place when you're lonely all the time. You know, and I think if I had a proper friend, well, you know, I could get back into the land of the living.
Helen, I think it'd be best for both of you if you just went home.
Let's go and have a chat, eh, Jimmy?
Helen?
I just need to get my bag.
Oh, now who's making us wait, eh?
Hey, you took longer than me in the bathroom.
It takes time to look this. Josh, what are you doing here?
Mum sent me.
Sent you? Why?
Because no one to look after me again.
Well, your granddad's not here.
She said you had to help out for once.
Well, the thing is, mate, we're just on our way out and... Well, Ray and Jessie are looking after Beth. You can help them.
She said there wasn't to let you fob me off on Ray.
I don't believe this.
Reg, what can I do?
Get on the phone to Bev.
She's working and Jackie won't let him in the bar. Rachel,
Hiya, how you feeling? Katie, get off my case. I'm sorry if I upset you, but this is no good. You can't get into work, you can't even get dressed.
Hiya.
Oh, there it is. I spend a fortune on it and then I leave it at home. Oh, I'm glad to see no one's tidied up. One thing you can always be sure of in an uncertain world.
Don't think Katie felt up to it, Sammy.
Well, lucky I've sorted out a cleaner. I've booked... Katie? You all right?
Yeah. And I've been drinking, so what?
You know what? It's not even 6 o'clock and look at you.
Yeah, I'm a mess. You think I don't know that?
See what happens when you give her some time on her own.
Yeah, well, I didn't know she was still this bad, did I? I mean, I thought she was past all that.
We're gonna have to keep a tight watch on her. I'm scared what she might do.
I'm sorry about running off. I mean, there's you trying to be straight with me, and that's what you get for it. I know what you must think.
I don't blame you. It's a difficult thing to have to hear. As a romantic, come on, I realise it's not exactly up there with the best of Baccarat. We're not kids, Helen. I can't be bothered playing games. I really like you. And I just want the chance to make something more of it.
I like you as well. But I'm sorry. It does scare me. I don't understand what it all means. I don't know what to do if you ever... I don't even know what you call it.
If I have an episode.
I've got my daughter to think of.
I'm not dangerous, Helen.
You're asking me to make a big commitment, Jimmy.
I'm not asking you to do anything different. Nothing has to change. We were fine before I told you. You didn't think I was weird or frightening, did you? No, 'cause it's under control. I take my medication. It's not perfect, but it works. I'm the same fella that was yesterday.
I know you are. It's me that's got the problem.
So is it a problem we can solve? If I told you I had cancer, would you have done a runner?
Of course not.
No. Because it's acceptable to have cancer, isn't it? But mental illness has a stigma attached to it. People don't understand it, so they're scared of it. And that's something I've just got to get used to from now on, isn't it?
You stop trying to make me feel guilty. I've had a tough time too lately, you know. I lost my mum, I found a dad, and I just don't want any more upheaval, okay?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm sorry.
Better go.
So what now? Are we... Is that it, or what?
Let's just see how it goes, okay?
Okay. So shall we... Are you free next week, or...?
I don't know yet. I'll be in touch. I'll see you.
I gave her the gen on my illness and a bottle went. End of.
I'm not having that. Get on that and tell him that you won't be in.
Later.
Now?
Don't dwell on the negative stuff.
Thanks, Doctor. Oh, I think I might join your practice.
Sammy, she may be depressed. She might OD.
Not Casey.
It's just I like to stay on top of my men.
You ever have more than you could handle?
That next time is tomorrow at 8. Next tonight, 9 months on the market and no interest. The perfect scenario for Andrew Winter to weave some property magic in selling houses.
So she didn't actually say it's finished?
She didn't need to. It was written all over her tone of voice. Even the way she couldn't look me in the eye.
Yeah, but you might have got it all wrong.
Tim, I know when I'm being blown out.
OK, so she was knocked off?
No.
Big kick-off?
Nah, that's what made it worse. If it had been me and Jackie, it would have been hair and skin flying, but this...
Well, if she didn't actually say, on your way, knobhead, you're still in with a shout, aren't you?
Tim, she's scared.
No way.
She told me. Look, I was honest with her. I gave her the gen on my illness and a bottle went. End of.
I'm not having that. Look, you've got to get round there, see her, and talk to her.
Shall I get a spoon or something to force his tongue down?
Right, this isn't pet rescue, you know. Oh, is it still there or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it a sort of buff colour?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there then.
It doesn't feel like it's still there. It doesn't even feel like my mouth. It's killing me.
Have some more painkillers.
Oh, I'm knackered, Rach.
You'll be able to sleep if you get rid of the pain.
Do you know Fat Lenny was going on about these kits you can get? Do your own tooth fillings and caps, sell them at the airport.
A mate of mine used to pull his own teeth in the army.
Are you joking?
I wish it was. It's not to be recommended, you know. It's very unhygienic. I mean, he got this sort of gum disease and he had this pus dribbling out of his mouth while he was sleeping.
All right, Ray. I'm having problems sleeping enough as it is. I don't need you adding to me nightmares.
Jessie and me were going to have a shag in the new bedroom, but...
You are?
Well, she's got these magazines, you see, with all these laminates and stuff. So durability and warmth has entered the equation. Myself, I prefer a carpet.
You don't want to be listening to anything Fat Lenny says. You need that filling done professionally. Well, can't you blag him at the dental hospital?
Well, they've done all the emergency stuff. It's down to me dentist now. And until we've got the money, Rach, it's these things.
Oh, I thought Belinda was your best friend. Well, yeah, bring Tanya, as long as the mum and dad agree. Oh, she's not too bad. Bit of a downer at the mouth, but she'll be all right. Yeah, we'll do, love. OK, bye. Louise says I.
What are you telling her I'm on a downer for?
Well, you're not exactly like my soul of the party, are you? Did you sleep all right?
Yeah.
Hey, we need a few bits. Do you fancy picking them up?
Not really.
Well, I'm on my dinner break. I won't have time.
Well, I'll see.
Are you going into way?
I'm not sure.
Well, you told Nisha you were.
I eat the late shift.
Well, I'm not that keen on mine either, but it's part of the job. It'll take your mind off things.
You mean it'll keep Nisha happy?
Well, she's not going to have the greatest day at the coroner, so you could avoid winding her up.
I've got an hour to make up my mind. I'll see how I feel.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you're going to work or not. But go and get your hair done or something. Cheer yourself up.
Gary, you know when we tried to resuscitate Mrs. Tucker?
Yep.
Would it have made any difference to you if you'd have known she had the tumour?
No, not really.
So you'd have resuscitated an 84-year-old with cancer?
Yeah. You know the new protocol, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Treat all patients the same, regardless of their age. But what about the quality of life after we've resuscitated them and someone with a terminal illness?
Well, I actually had a chat with her about that when her husband died.
You never told me that.
Yeah, she said she didn't want to be resuscitated if she suffered something like a severe stroke and couldn't communicate. But as long as I can still talk, Doc, you know.
And cook your mince pies.
What other reason is there for saving someone's life?
You know, I think I'd have thought twice.
In which case you'd have found yourself in something other than coroner's court, believe me. Listen, anyway, thank you very much for holding my hand back there.
Oh, any time, Doc. I'll see you later.
See ya. Hello.
Having a party?
Not as such, no.
$3.99.
Cheers.
Do you know anything about phobias?
A little.
Oh, good. Because I used to get really worried about my birthday falling on a Friday.
Why?
Because Friday the 13th's unlucky.
Were you born on the 13th?
No. But your birthday can fall on any day, can't it? So I used to get into a right panic, wondering what it'd be like if I'd have been born on Friday the 13th. It's absolutely terrifying.
I'm sure.
You see, there's one in September this year, but fortunately I'm over that phobia now.
Well done, you.
Now, this is the problem. Friday the 13th phobia, gone, forgotten, doesn't bother me anymore. Now, I know this might be a little bit odd, but do you know anything about spontaneous combustion?
I'm really sorry, I've got to get back to the practice.
Well, I don't want to hold you up, but apparently it can happen to anyone at any time. You could be watching the telly, having a bath. But that'd put the fire out, wouldn't it? Oh, but it's still a little bit worrying, though, isn't it?
Well, you know what? I think the thing to do is try and remain positive. You know, don't dwell on the negative stuff. put yourself in the frame of mind where you're a very important person. The master of your own destiny, eh?
Oh, thanks, Doctor. Oh, and I've forgotten that stuff, you know, where you couldn't back me up. Mates again?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I think I might join your practice. When I left this morning, you were all up for it.
And then I felt bad.
Sitting up here on your own is not going to do you any good.
I don't think I can face people.
People, everyone gets on really well with you, Katie.
But patience, you know, reading notes, death certificates. I mean, even you going to coroner's today brings things back to me.
It's bound to.
I really thought I'd be over losing.
The pain of that'll go, though, eventually, or at least you'll get better at dealing with it. You've got to think about now, about filling your life with activities, you know, getting out and meeting people, planning holidays, all the things that we do to divert ourselves from the usual humdrum of a normal day.
No.
Listen, I've got to go back down to the practice and sort out some off-duty. You've got about 20 minutes before your shift starts. I'll tell them that you're coming in and not to overload you, right?
Ta.
Do you remember that film we seen, Romeo and Juliet? Well, there was loads of things getting in the way, like families bailing in, having a go, sword fights, scrapping, all sorts. But they didn't give in, did they? No? What happened?
They topped themselves.
Yeah, but... Well, I meant before that. I mean, all this was going on. But they knew they were right for each other, just like you and Helen.
Tim, this isn't Romeo and Juliet. This is more the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm Quasimodo and I'm scaring the hell out of her.
Do you, need to see a CPN or anything?
What?
Well, you will still carry on taking your medication, won't you?
I'm not depressed.
I mean, I was going to go to the shop for a paper, but if you want me to stick around, well...
I'm fine.
It's just I'm worried that you might start to slide again. Look, I'm not dissing Helen, because me and Em were scared when we didn't fully understand what was going on. So why don't you get her back round and we'll tell her you're not some mad loon?
Oh, thanks, Tim. Really nice of you, that.
Well, at least I'm trying, which is more than I can say for you.
And you think she's going to come round just like that?
Well, why don't you go and ask Ray, see what he says?
Yeah, well, not so sure how helpful he'd be.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to see me and Helen together.
No, you're just guessing. Look, if this was me, you'd be telling me to get out there, do something, and stop assuming. So why don't you take a leaf out your own bouquet? You sagging again?
Revision.
So where do you think you're off to now, then?
A few extra hours work. Need it for my holiday.
You won't be going anywhere.
Don't you start?
I want the sun make that orange cloud makeup darker.
It's nearly gone now.
Ah, that's what you think. You can see it for miles.
Shut up. Can you lend me a fiver till the weekend?
Off out with Russell, are you?
No. Laura.
Binned it off, has he?
As if. More like me binning him off.
Why?
Because?
Because what?
Doesn't matter.
Well, listen. Don't you be getting yourself a rep for going out with too many fellas. Oh, looking out for your little sis, eh? You've got to, haven't you? Families. I've hardly got one. Yours are there if you want them, though, aren't they? Yeah, should see them more often, though. Don't you miss your mum? Yeah, now and again. Do you sort of, you know, miss your other mum? I don't miss her. It just comes into my head every now and again. Why? Man, I was just thinking. You know what Jimmy's got involved in? Trying to find Helen's mum and that. Just wondering whether you think he'll ever see your other mum again. Some other time, eh?
I need something to knock me out.
You don't think it's infected, do you? Looks a bit swollen to me.
No, just hurts, Ray, that's all.
Oh, poor Daddy. Shall I get you a drink?
You shouldn't give him anything too hot or too cold, you know. It'd be like the Chinese water torture to him, eating away at the nerve and burrowing at the root.
Ray, do you have to? It's bad enough for him as it is.
Oh, I was only trying to be helpful.
It's like a dull ache.
I think I'll make a start in the back garden, get rid of some of that rubbish into the skip, you know. You don't fancy giving me a hand, do you?
Right, I would do, but this is just too painful. And like you say, if it gets on the nerve...
Yeah, right. Oh, I'll get some gloves then.
Two things I need.
What?
I need a gag for him and... Have you got anything stronger?
No, and we've only got a few paracetamols left as well.
They're useless anyway.
I'll get you something stronger.
What with?
Come on, we'll get Daddy something, won't we?
Stay. Look, I'm, sorry about before, you know. What? Speaking about your other mum and that. Look, she did what she did and she left us, and it hurt. bad style. Well, you plaster over it, don't you? And that's enough. But every now and again she's there, so I shift her quick. Because I do.
Hello, lads.
All right.
Yeah, busy?
No, just finishing this, so I'm twiddling my thumbs now. I'm bored out my school, sitting in front of the telly all day. You know what? We've got to get digital.
Oh, good. You can give me a hand shifting some rubbish later on.
Ray? Any chance of a quick one in your shell, like?
No, just got to pop to the chemist, you know, a bit of back trouble.
Oh, we can leave the work today if you like.
No, I won't be long.
Well stitched there, weren't we?
I think he's trying to avoid me.
He'll be back later.
Won't make any difference what I say to him.
No, ease your way back in with Helen.
Katie?
What?
You're making a fool of me.
What are you talking about?
I told them that you were on your way down.
It's all over the place.
Yesterday it was a tummy bug. What about today? Can't tell them it's this, can I?
Tell them what you like.
What?
Why are you bothered anyway? You're not my line manager.
Listen, taking advantage of me as a friend is one thing, but don't think you can take advantage of me as a colleague, all right? I won't stand for it. Now get on that and tell them that you won't be in.
Later?
Now? I'm warning you, bin the vodka and keep the orange, because when you come back to work, if your drinking affects your performance one tiny bit, I'll notify the practice. Officially.
I'd be careful of that if I were you. It's full of splinters.
Yeah, I know that. We need a new pair of hands after this. Well, I did offer you my dad's gloves, Mr. Macho. Yeah, well, I'll just get a new pair of hands. And next time, it's going to be bigger ones, so I can knock people out easier. What are you on about? I was just thinking, if you could replace anything on your body, what would it be and why? I could be a big pecs. Yeah, I can see why. What about you, Ray?
What's that?
If you could replace anything on your body, what would it be and why?
Well, I could do with another prostate gland.
What's that?
Well, men have them, but they don't know they've got them until they start going wrong.
Yeah, but what is it?
Well, it's part of your wedding tackle. It's as big as a walnut.
Oh. Yeah, but where is it?
Let me show you. Now, look, this is your what's it there, you see? And these, your thingies, right? And that's your prostate there, right by your bladder. Now, the older you get, the more trouble it gives you with your waterworks.
Never even heard of it.
And when the doctor examines you, he puts his rubber gloves on. Then he puts some lubricant jelly on the tip of his finger, and he...
All right, Ray, we get the picture.
Well, you did ask.
What's up, Ray?
Nothing. We're going to finish this job in half an hour, won't we?
Yeah? Just gonna go and drain my prostate.
You all right?
Yeah, thanks very much.
I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, it's just work. I'm not even meant to be on duty, and I just got involved in things.
Oh, I was just going to see you about some strong painkillers for Mike.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
Really bad toothache, and the tablets we've got no use. And Katie said that you don't like stuff yourself now.
Well, I couldn't give him anything without seeing him first, and I don't prescribe the really strong stuff anyway.
Oh, well, he needs something. He's not resting or anything.
Well, why does he see a dentist?
Oh, he has, but it's a long story.
I'll tell you what, if he comes over here, one of the doctors might help.
He's knackered and he's back on nights later.
OK. I've got something stronger of my own at home. I'll drop it by later.
You're a star.
Wish everyone thought that.
All right, I'll see you later.
Oh, you're off. It's about time you put your feet up.
Yeah, it's been a tough old day, hasn't it?
Let Gabby put your slippers on, unless wearing the trousers is enough for her.
That's actually pizza for one tonight. She's going to be late.
Oh, I was going to see what was on the pictures. Nothing too stressful. I feel a bit worried.
All right. Well, do you fancy coming for a drink with me?
Yeah, when?
I don't know, 7:30, whatever you want.
OK, yeah, great. See you then.
See ya.
Me and him are like that. Right, I want a pyramid here. Catch the customer's eye.
How high?
About 4 foot.
Well, you haven't got enough.
Then how do you know?
Because you can work it out. The height's going to be 4 foot and the base have to be about...
Del, don't try and blind me with science. I've only got 1 GCSE and that was in divinity. Look, just stack them neatly.
On my own?
Well, I've got management tasks to see, so look, and while you're out here, get shut of late. Now!
I thought you'd gone.
I was waiting for you.
I'm working. You're making a show of me.
Well, I phone and you're out. I call around and you're out. This is the only place I know where you're going to be.
I've got work and exams. I'm busy.
Well, work and no play, though.
Russell, look.
What?
Well, it's...
What are you trying to say? I mean, am I getting jibbed here?
No. It's just that...
What?
Nothing.
No, you had something to say? If you don't want to know, you should have just said.
I'm glad that's over with. Where's Katie? She's gone to get a pint of milk. Oh, I'm surprised you've let her out your sight. Hey.
Oh, forget it. Have you had some of these?
What are they?
Coproximal.
Strong painkillers. Katie must have had them. Oh, Amy, she's not on your wards now, you know. Counting all your drugs.
This was nearly full.
And I'm going to go and search her room. Oh, no, you're not. These are really strong. And will you just get off her case? She might be hoarding them, and you might be wrong. I wouldn't make a mistake like that, no. Sammy, she may be depressed. She might OD. Not Casey.
And why not?
Well, because she might be one of those who talks about it, but that's as far as it goes.
And there are some that talk about it and do it.
You're overreacting. I hope I am. But while you're making your mind up about my opinion, keep an eye on your sister, because this was definitely nearly full.
It's a job well done, lads. I'll have to buy you a pint.
I'm free at the weekend. Yep, me too. All right, Jimmy.
All right, lads. I was just going to make the lads a cup of tea.
No, it's all right, Ray. We'll make one of Steve's, won't we? Hey, don't forget that pint.
So, what happened?
How do you mean?
Helen?
I haven't spoken to her.
You didn't help me out. You could have explained things to her. She'd have listened to you.
She's a grown woman. She has to do what she thinks is right.
You didn't back me up. And you're supposed to be a mate.
Well, she's my daughter, and there's a granddaughter at risk as well.
At risk?
Well, you know what I mean.
I'm not a psychopath, you know.
Oh, Jimmy, look, I want you to do well in the world, you know, but 18 months ago or so, I was on top of a roof with you, and you were trying to kill yourself, and then you've just been running through the Mersey Tunnel.
I wasn't on medication. Look, when I've got that boxed off, I'm fine.
Look, I'm trying to get to know Helen as well, you know. She's very emotional. She's looking for her mother, and something like this could, I don't know, could upset her.
Oh, something like me, you mean?
No. Yes.
Oh, so what? I just forget about it?
Jimmy, if you were just rational all of the time, it would... I'm sorry.
Rational? I'll show you who's rational.
So how's Katie?
Oh, on the mend.
We're going to see her back then, or what?
Anytime now, yeah. To be honest, this whole thing with Clint, it's taken its time with him. Seeing Mrs. Tucker dying the other day didn't help.
I don't think it really helped any of us, did it?
It made me think about my own parents and how their health is.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, are they well?
I know more about the Queen's health than I do my own parents.
You don't keep in touch, then?
The whole family's split. I speak to my brothers and sisters, but my mum and dad. There's more chance of peace in the Middle East than us sitting around a table playing happy families.
Didn't Nisha bring them mega tablets around?
She must have got busy.
I'll have a really good night tonight, aren't I? Fat Lenny going on about root canal work. Really cheer me up.
At least she ain't got Ray going on.
Oh, a rock and a hard place, or what?
Look, we're gonna have to borrow the money off your dad, get your tooth fixed.
No way, Rachel. And don't even think about asking our Jackie.
Mate, you're in pain.
Yeah. Well, when I get paid, I'll go to the dentist. And in the meantime, hopefully, I'll get some stronger painkillers. And if not, then tough.
Gabby.
I guessed.
She's not coming home.
Late again?
No, she's not coming home. Happens quite often.
Problem?
She's at a conference in Manchester and she's had a drink. So she's staying the night at Bobby's.
Oh, who's he?
She's an old schoolmate of hers. And mad as a March hare. Oh, well. So, where were we?
I was asking you if you always wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all I've ever wanted to be. I used to go up to the wars and do the rounds with my dad on a Saturday morning, you know, and with his entourage of wet coats and me in tow.
It's right ponce to the ward staff.
Yeah, and I felt it. Now, I was being asked questions about the functions of the hypothalamus, as I should have been out with my mates trying to get into Linda Hughes's big pants.
Ah, started you cross-dressing at a young age then, Doctor?
I'm all man, believe me.
I've noticed. So, you were telling me, you were the smart aleck kid doing the ward rounds with your dad, diagnosing brain tumours. Didn't you want to follow him to neurology?
Yeah, well, I mean, if I could have done, I would have done, but I'm not smart enough.
Dad disappointed.
Well, he never said anything, but I felt it, yeah.
Parents tend to do that, though, don't they?
What's that?
Well, they don't show their disapproval openly. They don't say, brilliant, well done. They turn it back on you and say, are you happy with the results? Yeah? Good. Well, as long as you're happy and you tried your hardest, and really they mean, we're not happy, try harder next time.
Blimey, did my dad bring you up as well?
Hey, you were closer than we thought.
Done us a nice chicken casserole for our dins, kid.
You've got your happy head on.
Well, had a word with Baymundo, didn't I?
Oh, he didn't click that I phoned you, did he?
No. He's more interested in talking about Helen.
Nice one. So, you going to go back round there then?
Not without a gift.
Well, where you going now?
Her mother.
Go on.
Helen's trying to find her mother, yeah? And has run up a few blind alleys. Best thing I can do is impress her and show her I'm rational.
Oh, English?
That I've got brilliant powers of concentration and that. And the best way to do that is find a mum for her.
No, it's not that I get fed up with her staying out so much. It's just she never worries that I'd ever get fed up. She just takes it for granted that sometimes a little phone call is all that's needed.
Well, what more would you want?
For her not to do it so much, basically. I mean, it's not very good for the old ego when someone you love doesn't really want to spend too much time with you. Sometimes I feel like I'm just hanging on a coattail saying, hello, remember me?
Have you told her this?
Yeah, we've had a few words about you.
Well, I like being with your doctor. I think you're great company. And I don't think she should take it for granted that you'll always put up with it.
Well, thank you very much. You're very good company yourself. If you are a bit quick with your wit and your old Mickey taking.
Or can't you take a strong woman?
I've never had any problems in the past.
It's just I like to stay on top of my men.
You ever had more than you could handle?
You never know when your luck's in, do you?
More wine, sister?
No, I'm on the early shift tomorrow, Doctor. I only fancy a coffee. Do you know anywhere near here that we could go?
I know just a place, yeah. Thank you, thanks.
Shall we go?
Do you think it's okay us leaving together?
A coffee and an early night. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I haven't been out screwing.
Adele!
And if you listen to me properly, I told you yesterday I was staying over at Laura's.
Jackie, like I say, I know about women and that clock will be ticking.
I've got an application for a loan from you.
Katie doesn't need watching.
You are joking. She's a state.
Marty!
Brookside back tomorrow at 8:30. A brand new series next tonight as Hugh Fernley-Whittingstall tempts us with treats from the Edwardian country house.